City of Charlotte and the sports scene can never have anything nice, right? You can never get the number one overall pick. Con Knipple gets screwed over for Rookie of the Year. But I'm going to turn around the car, and I'm going to go south down I-85, and I'm going to throw my sympathy at the Atlanta Hawks and their fans because, dear God, can the Atlanta Hawks and their fans never have anything nice? Last night's epic choke job by the Atlanta Hawks against the New York Knicks that closed out the series. The Knicks advance. It's not even the first time that this has happened to the city of Atlanta, where they've had a golden opportunity and they have just peed away.
Well, you know what? You show empathy. I say, heck freaking no. I'm not giving them any empathy. Diesel, what am I giving them empathy for? I mean, they were absolutely bombarded last night. At the end of the first quarter, it was 40-15.
Yeah.
40-15 was the score after one.
Pathetic.
New York went on to score 43 more in the second quarter, and Atlanta scored 21. It was a 47-point game at halftime. So I have no empathy. You did not show up. You did not get off the bus. In fact, the game was at home.
It's at your place.
And you didn't even show up. So you may have empathy, but no empathy coming from me today.
Let's consider the fact that Atlanta had a 2-1 lead in the series at one point. The Knicks won game 1, Atlanta won games 2 and 3. You get the series back in your home building with the opportunity to close it out, and you can't even get up off the mat. It's like they didn't even come out of the locker room. Well, choke job is the only way to put it. And like I said, that's not the first time it's ever happened to the city of Atlanta. One could call, in a grander sports scheme, one could call that era from 91 to 2005 when the Braves were incredible, when they won 14 consecutive division titles, when they won the National League pennant 5 times, but only won the World Series once. One could call that an epic choke job, different scale. And then, of course, there's Super Bowl 51, and we all know what happened there.
We do. You know what's I find most interesting about last night? I just don't understand. And I watch a lot of NBA. I love the NBA. I've watched the NBA a long time. Here's what I don't understand about last night. And blowouts happen. It's a part of sports. I get that. You get that. Yep. Like, sometimes you have an off night. It happens. I just don't understand how you can just not even show up. 40-15 at the end of the first quarter, to me, it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind.
There's no words.
There aren't words. It's almost like they're playing against a college team. That's what it felt like last night. But guess what? Atlanta made the playoffs. They've got professional players on their team, but they did not show up. C.J. McCollum was non-existent last night, and they looked like a college or high school basketball team. So I don't understand it. Sometimes in sports, you have to just say, wow, don't understand it. Didn't see that coming. Definitely did not see that coming last night. I thought the Knicks would win the series, Diesel, but for them to be beaten 140-89 last night, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
They made some good moves in the offseason and midseason, trading away Trae Young. They seem to be moving in the right direction. And then the final 3 games of the series of your season is done if you can't figure out a way to make this thing competitive. They lost. This wasn't just one loss, right? Game 6, they lost by 51 points. But over the last 3 games, they lost by an average margin of 32 points. That's 3 straight nights where you've been beaten by a total of 100 points.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I sometimes you're off, but I just don't categorize this as off. And if you're a coach out there or a player out there that's played sports at any level or coached a sport at any level, you understand that you do have off nights. Sometimes the ball is just not falling your way.
But you can't have 3.
No. They've had and last night, my point is, last night's I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say last night was an off night, because it was worse. It was truly worse than an off night, Diesel. I think for the first time in my life, I watched or saw that score of that game last night and thought, you know what? There is now a different definition. There is something worse than being absolutely whipped. Whatever is worse than being whipped.
Punked.
Worse than that. No.
Run amok.
I don't know that there's an adjective to describe. I mean,
obliterated.
You just didn't show up. they scored as many points as they wanted. And imagine being a fan who paid a high price for a playoff ticket at home in Atlanta, a great sports city, and have to see that.
For once, I'm in total agreement with Dewey on the text line. I have written down on my notes, how do you not fire Quinn Snyder after that? How do you not? I mean, I said I get it that they had a decent season. I get that they made the playoffs. I get that they won 2 games against the very, very good Knicks. But when you fail to that degree, 3 straight losses by an average of 32 points in the playoffs, Dewey says the Atlanta Hawks suck. Fire their coach. Atlanta should be kicked out of the playoffs for that embarrassment. Well, they were, Dewey. They were kicked out of the playoffs.
They were last
by
night.
The Knicks.
One more thing. I told you a minute ago how I didn't understand how you can have such an off night. Here's one more thing I don't understand about sports. I've watched sports my whole life. I love sports. I watch sports every single night, and I will continue to. But another thing, Diesel, that I don't understand about sports, particularly the NBA playoffs, you've got 2 teams, right, who are very good teams. Mm-hmm. They both made the playoffs, which means they are in the top percentile of the NBA.
The Hawks didn't play into the playoffs. They just
were there.
made the playoffs.
So here's one of the things I don't understand about sports. It's not just an NBA thing. It happens in multiple sports, but you feel like you see it more in the NBA because you do have these 7-game series. How does a team get blown out against another NBA team in the playoff?
Yeah.
My mind can't fathom. I understand that some nights the matchups are a nightmare for you. Things go your way. You don't play well. Yeah. I just sometimes can't wrap my mind around how 2 teams can both make the playoffs, make it. They're a playoff caliber team, yet they just get obliterated. You're an NBA professional athlete. They're an NBA professional athlete. I don't sometimes understand how we see so many lopsided scores.
It's like they reverted back to being a high school team. And I'm not bagging on high school basketball. They were like a JV high school basketball team or a rec league team, because I was watching that game, Cole. There were multiple times where I saw Atlanta Hawks ball carriers drive into the paint, realize, oh, crap, I got nowhere to go. And they would just jump in midair and make a decision. Am I going to throw it up? Am I going to take a shot? Am I going to toss it out? Who's my outlet? Where is it? They didn't know.
Here's a fun question.
So they were making things up while they were in midair.
You brought up a high school team there, and I said it earlier in the show that it looked like Diesel. They were playing against the college team. Here's a fun question regarding last night's Hawks game and that score. Atrocious score, by the way. Maybe the question we need to ask on this Friday is this. If the New York Knicks or another playoff caliber NBA team played one of the best college teams from this past year, could the best college team keep it closer than what the Atlanta Hawks did last night, 140-89?
Ooh.
Could the best team in college basketball go out there, not saying it has to be against the Celtics or, the best team in the NBA, but a playoff caliber team?
Yeah.
Could they go out there and do better? At halftime, it was a near 50-point game. Are you telling me a college team? And I'm not saying a college team could ever beat a pro team.
Right.
But you're telling me they couldn't keep it within 50?
It's like the age-old argument back in the day. Could Alabama beat the Cleveland Browns?
Right.
And most experts would say absolutely not. There's no way whatsoever that ever happens. But then you also look at it, those Alabama teams, they were loaded with future pros. And you could maybe ask that question of Arizona or UConn or Duke or somebody like that this season and say, if they were healthy, if everybody on that Duke team or Arizona team or UConn team was 100% healthy, could they go out and beat the Wizards?
And I'm not even going that far. I'm not even saying they could go out there and beat them. I'm just saying, could they keep it within more than what Atlanta lost by last night? I mean, losing by 50 plus, anywhere around 40 to 50 is truly pathetic. So, look, I'll say this. I don't believe a college team could ever go beat an NBA team. If they played 100 times, maybe, but Diesel, in the sense of a series, right?
Sure.
I think an NBA team, NFL team, whatever it is, MLB team would beat a college team 99% of the time. But I do think if you put the best college team from college basketball in the past decade, and Duke's had some good teams, UConn's had some good teams, right? North Carolina's had some good teams, against an average playoff caliber team, like the New York Knicks, I believe that college team could keep it within 50. I'm not asking them to win. I don't think they could win straight up. But I think they could absolutely keep it within 50 if you take the one of the best college teams that we've seen in the past decade or so.
Well, the Knicks, they deserve a tremendous amount of credit. Yes, the Hawks were terrible in the game, but the Knicks were also incredible. They shot 59% from the field to the Hawks 38%. The Hawks turned it over 19 times, 26 points off of those 19 turnovers, 16 steals for the Knicks. So you're talking backcourt guys that could not hold on to the basketball, and it just turned into fast break opportunities again and again and again. The Knicks went on a 29-4 run in the first quarter.
Sure.
I mean,
by the way, that's not good.
No, they just forgot how to play basketball. It was up to a 61-point lead at one point.
Yeah.
So
it's pathetic. Do I think the coach should be fired? I don't know.
Come on, man. He blew the series.
Oh, yeah.
Blew it.
He did. And look, ultimately the buck stops with him. He's responsible, but at the same time, like, any basketball coach out there will tell you it's a player's game. It's a player's game. You got to go out there and play. That coach can coach all he wants. Did Quinn have his guys in position and prepared? I don't know. Maybe he didn't. There may be things that are going on in that locker room, and I'm sure there are, that you and I aren't privy to.
Were they at Magic City the night before?
They might have been at Magic City last night.
It might have been at Magic City before
during the game. So I don't know that I would go as far as firing the coach. If you feel, here's what I would say to that. Here's why you fire him if you do fire him. Because I've been an NBA GM before, right? If at any point during the season you've already thought about it and you've already considered it, and maybe it was something that was already on your mind, Diesel, like if you were already thinking about firing the coach, okay, then maybe you do it. But what I would say is, don't react to emotion from one night last night. Yes, you had 3 bad games this series. But if you hadn't thought about firing your coach all season, I probably wouldn't recommend doing it now. But again, to be clear, if he had, it's like people say with retirement. People say this with retirement, Diesel. Whenever you think of, you'll hear coaches say this. When you think about it, it's usually time. When it starts creeping in your brain, it's usually time to retire. If the GM or owner of the Hawks had thought about firing their head coach during the course of the season, then okay, last night was your reason to get rid of him, right? Last night was your exclamation point, the cherry on top. But if you hadn't thought about it, if you hadn't considered firing him, I don't know that you can just do it off of a playoff loss by itself.
Quinn Snyder's washed. He's 59 years old, Cole. He's too old. These players don't respect him. You said it. It's a player's game. Nikhil Alexander-Walker after the game said, quote, "At no point in the season were we that bad, but we were tonight." You weren't just that bad last night.
Yeah.
Nikhil, you were that bad 3 games in a row. And, like you said, blowouts do happen. And in the NBA, a team can get hot shooting from 3. Again, we are talking about 2 teams that are of relative strength because they both made the playoffs. You get a team that's just white hot from 3, and that can let a game get away from you. And you can lose by 20 points on a night where you actually played pretty good.
But that goes back to what I was asking, though. If you got blown out 3 times in the series, how'd you win a game in a series? That's what I don't like. How'd you win?
Did the Knicks suddenly forget? I have to go back and watch those games 2 and 3 to see how the Knicks perform.
It just makes you wonder, man. Like what happens for a player, for a group of players to play so bad? How does that happen? But again, we see it happen in the NBA all the time in the playoffs, and it blows my mind.
Tolos, what is the worst beating that you ever watched your team take?
Time to go to break now, right?
326-3663. The worst beating you ever saw your team take, where you just, you watch the game and it's that they are just teeing off on you all game. There is nothing you can do whatsoever. What is the worst beating you ever watched your team take? On the text line, on the stream, Stephen Webb says the Hawks were pantsed and had on girls' panties.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad, Steven.
He says it's from John Tucker Must Die. I don't think I ever watched John Tucker Must Die.
That surprises me.
It's an age difference, though, because that movie was a little bit after my time. I know you've seen it, Cole.
No.
That'd be the one movie that you have seen that I haven't seen.
No, I promise. I will say this. growing up a Clemson fan, the easy answer is 2012 West Virginia, 70-33 in the bowl game. Now, to be fair, that team had Geno Smith and a couple of other NFL players, but growing up a Clemson fan, that was the one that always came to mind first. Like, my God.
There was just nothing, and it was unexplainable, right? You went into that game feeling like you had a shot.
They had Tavon Austin. Yeah. They had Geno Smith. They were a good team. They weren't 50 points better than you. But I'm telling you this, I can remember that game like it was yesterday because of how bad it was. I can remember watching it where I was, going to school the next day, hanging my – I mean, I remember the one play, I think it was Todd. Somebody was a Todd or one of the running backs fumbled at the goal line about to go in, about to score. Clemson was early in the game about to score, fumbled it. Yeah. West Virginia took it 100 yards on the same play to the house. And from that point over,
sometimes you just can't explain why that happens. It was an App State game last year where App State fumbled on the goal line 3 times in the same game. God. That's 21 points off the board. And you're right, one of them went the other way for a score. Jeez. So that's a 28-point swing right there. Dan B., worst beatdown you ever saw your team take. He says San Francisco beating Denver in the Super Bowl 55-10.
What year was that, Dan B.?
Let us know. We'll try to look it up here as well, but let us know. Worst beatdown. I mean, Cole, you and I were sitting there side by side watching Clemson App State, and I thought, hey, after Clemson just got absolutely depantsed by Georgia the week before, I thought, oh, I'm feeling pretty good about
this. Was that
this.
2 years ago?
2 years ago. Yeah, I thought like maybe we might have a chance here to give them a decent game. I wasn't expecting a win, but a decent game. Ended up 66-20, and Cade Klubnik was just sailing them 50 yards down the field for scores.
Yes, beatdown. Beatdowns happen.
It happens.
Cowboys have had some pretty bad ones. I remember we lost to the Lions not long ago, like a couple of years ago, and it was bad, like 49-7 bad. I mean, it was just atrocious. So those are the ones, unfortunately, like when your team just gets the doors blown off, those are the ones that you want to forget, but you can't. 2023, we lost to San Francisco in the regular season by like 30, 38. And I remember it to this day. I think I was there, actually. I don't know if I was there at that one, but you hate the blowouts because you can't not remember them. That's the worst part about a blowout is you cannot let them go.
Oh, there is a game in App State lore on the road at Virginia Tech that fans collectively have decided never happened. Like it never happened.
Oh wow,
I was
do that?
There. Yeah, I was there. I drove up to Blacksburg for that game, and it was pathetic. There was nothing that
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it just didn't happen. Just blank it out of your mind.
It's gone.
Yeah, I remember the cannon going off about 37 times every time they'd score a touchdown or kick a field goal. I remember that, but I don't remember the game at all. Not a single thing about the game. It just didn't even happen.
I'm telling you, can y'all help me with that? I need those, whatever y'all are using for those.
It's like the Men in Black little neuralizer.
Listen, I need those for my postseason Dallas Cowboy adventures. I mean, I would gladly take whatever y'all are sniffing. I will gladly take every bit of it because I definitely need those.
Yeah, and hey, like I was saying earlier, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, same thing happened with the Falcons. They just forgot how to football and let the Patriots come all the way back on them. They were up 28-3 in that game.
I think that there's been a lot, but you know what? Like we were all watching it because it was a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I think that's one for me that it will always be near the top, if not at the top, because I mean, like there's just, if Matt Ryan just completes like one more pass, they win that game. Right. You know, if they get one more first down, they win that game. And you go back and watch the highlights. I watched them a couple of months ago. I saw them on TikTok or something. You go back and watch the highlights in the point in the game in the third quarter. You're thinking, well, I just got this thing done. I mean, it's over.
I mean, that game played out just like a mid-90s or 2000s sports movie. It's like Varsity Blues. You know, your backs are against the wall. You're getting beat down in the first half. You come out in the second half. The right song starts playing. The Foo Fighters song starts playing. There goes my hero. And all of a sudden, you're great at football again, and you can stop literally everything the team is doing against you.
I don't understand it. Again, it just goes back to sometimes in sports, there are things that are just a little bit unexplainable. You know, a little bit unexplainable. These blowouts in the NBA playoffs, not every game. I get it. Not every game is a blowout, but sometimes when you see these like last night, you just think, how in the world does that even happen? But that's
the better team advance, though.
No doubt. The Knicks were favored to win the series, and I thought the Knicks would win. And if we would be here talking today about the Knicks beating the Hawks, we wouldn't be talking about it, first of all, because we would have expected it. But the fact that it was as bad as it was, I think that's kind of what made it as shocking. When people saw that halftime score last night, it was like, oh no, there's no way this is real. But it was evidently it was real, unless they've already done what you talked about with poof, right?
Yeah.
The poof. JC on the Joy Law Firm text line says Braves game 5. Oh, God. Texter, I wish you wouldn't have brought that up. Let me tell you why. I was there. I was at that game where they gave up, was it 10 or 9 in the first inning of the NLDS? JC brings that up. Oh, man. That was, you know what? I'm glad he brought that up, Diesel. I think that might be my, you know what? Was it the Cardinals? I believe? 2019? I'm pretty sure. It was Cardinals, Braves, NLDS. Just a couple of years before the Super Bowl. Before the World Series.
Yeah, 2019 Cardinals.
Oh my gosh. Texter JC, thanks a lot. That was a rough one.
They scored 10 runs before the Braves ever got an out.
Yeah. I was there. It was awful.
Batted around before they even got an out.
Oh my God, that one's tough.
Final score 13-1.
Yeah. And that was a good team. They went on just a couple of years later to win the World Series, obviously. Then a couple of years later in 2023, they had the best offense in the history of offense, it felt like. A couple of years of a slump like we've seen the past 2 years, but getting back to the right point, the right track, getting back on the right track, if you will. All right, what else NBA-wise, Diesel, do we need to hit other than the Hawks before we move off of the NBA? What else is happening last night? What else is happening tonight? Lakers in trouble? They were just up 3-1. How could they be in trouble? We'll finish our conversation on the NBA next.
Fan Upstate.
Tolos. I did it again.
Womp womp.
I just hate when I do that. I do hate when I do that.
Yeah, the Jim from The Office.
It's just so deflating. For those that don't know, sometimes, every now and then, not often, Diesel and I both start talking without turning the mic on, and you just you get so mad at yourself. What do you do, though?
Man, yesterday
It throws you off.
I tried to fire some music yesterday, and I had to hit the button 4 times before I actually pressed the button in.
You would think when you do the same thing every day, like 30 times a show, you would remember to do it every time. But sometimes I did wake up at 4 o'clock this morning. So there's my excuse. Do I get a hall pass today? I woke up at 4 a.m. So there's my excuse and reasoning as to why I didn't hit the right button that time. At least we hadn't allowed anything bad to happen, right? It could be a lot worse. Good to see all of those Tolos on the stream right now. I see JB, the OG Tolo, Dan B, Jersey Joe, Stephen Webb, Dewey. Oh, man, look at the Tolos on the stream where you can watch the show live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Tolos, what do your weekend plans revolve around sports-wise? Want to hear from you. 844-326-3663 as we dive back into the NBA in just a few minutes. We're going to look at the way too early Rookie of the Year candidate list, Diesel, coming up at 4 o'clock for the NFL. Which rookies that were drafted will, without a doubt, be the Rookie of the Year. I can't wait for that because we all know, right?
It's going to be 10 rookies of the year. That's the crazy thing.
There might be. Tyson Jeffers, the general manager of the Hub City Spartanburgers, will stop by to talk a little Hub City baseball this weekend. What's going on with that organization right now? Been on the wrong side of a couple of games here lately, but maybe they'll turn it around. It's because we hadn't had Tyson on. That's why.
Right. We need to give him the old wire-to-wire bump.
Yep. By the way, you can get in on the show, 844-326-3663, 844-FANFONE, FANFONE. Let me ask you this. I just saw a commercial for Bojangles. They have these new rippers. I don't know what they're called. I just missed the name, but they're little chicken mini looking things. Have you seen those?
Well, you can't call them chicken minis because it's a Chick-fil-A thing.
Chicken mini looking things. That's the proper.
So it's like a quarter of a biscuit with a chicken nugget.
Yeah, it looks
inside.
like a Hawaiian roll. I just saw it on the TV behind you. Rippers, maybe? Is that what they're called?
Rippers? That's an odd name.
I don't know. Maybe
okay.
I'm wrong on that. Have you had them yet?
I have not.
Where do you stand on trying new menu items from restaurants? Are you like, oh, I got to be first to the punch?
No, I'm not. I usually let my wife order them, and then I'll get the go-to standard thing.
Oh, yeah. That way you don't screw it up.
Yeah. I mean, we're all creatures of habit. We go to the same burger joint down the road from the radio station here. We always kind of get the same burgers every time. Sometimes we flip-flop. Like, I'll get this one this time. You get that one.
We should do – I told you later this summer we'll do a series of the best restaurants that no longer exist. What about the best menu items that no longer exist? I'll give you a good example. I was at Chick-fil-A the other night. Mm-hmm. And one of the workers brought up something about an old menu item. She was having a conversation with another worker, right? And I said, well, what about the Chick-fil-A chicken salad sandwich? And they looked at me like I was crazy. They said, never heard of it.
They didn't know what you're talking about?
Oh, I had no idea. They were younger.
Oh, wow.
And I said, you never heard of the chick? I loved the chicken salad sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Now, this has been probably 10 years ago or so. I love old menu items like that. That was one of the Chick-fil-A took the approach of, hey, we don't want to have too many items. Like Raising Cane. You been there? It's the chicken place.
I don't think I've ever been to a Raising Cane.
You go to a Raising Cane and they have chicken and that's it.
I do, yes. I went to one in a gas station in like Alabama.
Okay. So when you walk in on the menu, you can get chicken tenders, fries, or chicken tenders and fries. Like that's the menu. To allow them to continue to sell as much
as cheap as possible
and getting out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A went that way a few years ago and said, hey, we got to reduce the menu. They still bring back like some seasonal items, but you notice
the regular, the spicy, and the grilled.
And that's pretty much
the nuggets.
And that's pretty much it.
Right. And
pretty much.
Like you could get a salad and they'll ask you, do you want nuggets on it or do you want a sliced up chicken breast?
Yeah. People get a salad from Chick-fil-A. Like, what are you doing with your life?
I get them sometimes.
Do you really?
Yeah. Sometimes, I don't want
just
all
feel healthy?
greasy food. Yeah. I want to feel healthy. I'm not saying that it is healthier.
So maybe in the summertime, the dog days, we'll do a series on the best restaurants because we talked about that the other day and the text line blew up. the best restaurants that don't exist anymore, the best menu items that don't exist anymore. I loved from Chick-fil-A. I loved the chicken, egg, and cheese bagel in the morning. It was
They had
perfect.
bagels?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. It was a dark bagel, and it was just a perfect bread. I mean, it was so good. You never had it, evidently, right?
No, I never had a bagel from Chick-fil-A.
Yep. It was a really good menu item. But again, they got rid of it. Jersey Joe says, still waiting to do our hot dog eating contest, Cole. Jersey Joe, you're right on that. We have dropped the ball on that. We need to, next time we're at Ingles Diesel, we need to talk to Melissa Level about that. I think the perfect way to do it would be get Ingles in on it, host it at Ingles, have our Tolos come out, because I know we talked about this a year or two ago, and we had a bunch of Tolos text in like, oh, yeah, I'd love to do it. I'd love to be in maybe it's our Independence Day, 4th of July hot dog eating contest, right?
We should do it at the Ingles live show nearest to 4th
of July. I think so, too. And I'm sure it'd be a mess, right? We might have to do it outside, but that'd be fine, right? I think that would be maybe one of the all-time great shows. The Tolos, me and you get involved with it as well, because I think I could do pretty well.
See, I feel like that's the show that we draw a crowd.
Oh,
like
there's
you
no
draw
doubt.
a crowd
There's no
of
doubt.
Tolos who have never come out to the show before, but they'll be like, you know what? I got to go see that.
I got to go see this hot dog.
I got to go see this.
I got to go see
It'll
Cole
be
and
Jersey
Diesel
Joe
sticking
versus
weenies
Cole.
down.
What?
Sorry. Jersey, what were you saying?
So are we doing like fried on a grill? Are we doing boiled?
Boiled. I think boiled.
Boiled.
No, I think when you do the hot dog
Blech.
eating contest, you have to do boiled.
Blech.
It's just
Boiled
easier.
hot dogs are gross.
It's just easier, though.
Nah, give it to me blackened. I need it cooked.
I don't think you can eat as many, though, blackened.
Why not?
It's just the texture. You
They're
don't
bigger
want
that way.
maybe you want to just be able to all uniform, right? All uniform.
Can you demonstrate your hot dog eating strategy?
I would do like Joey Chestnut does.
Two hands.
I would he takes the bun and the meat separate, right? He dunks the bun into his drink.
Blanc.
Yeah.
And then
he just stuffs it in his mouth.
Okay,
Like,
can you show us that part again?
Stuffs it in his mouth like this. And now we're gonna have a lot of
We are
streamers.
children.
And then he eats the hot dog weenie itself. So if you've watched Joey Chestnut, he just buries the buns in the water.
It's disgusting to watch.
Oh, it's disgusting, but you got to have that dry bun. You got to have a little bit of water on there, a little bit of I don't know if he uses water or Coke or what he uses. I don't know what his
South,
preferred
buddy.
drink.
We use butter.
I don't know. But I would be all down for that, Jersey Joe. I know Jersey Joe's like what is it, Joe? You tell us. The Greenville Drive hot dog champion of the world or something. I don't know.
Joey Chestnut's world record is 83 dogs and buns in 10 minutes. How many do you think you could eat in 10 minutes? 4, 5?
No. My favorite hot dog, I had one the other day, is Skins hot dogs. There's one right.
They're great.
There's one, this way.
Call us here at Odyssey Greenville. Let's talk about sponsorships.
Oh, they're the best.
There's one in Malden. I love it.
They are so good. Joe's a 6-time champ, by the way.
Whoa.
He just corrected me.
Whoa.
I'd say in 10 minutes, realistically.
10?
You would like to. Okay, you would like to think you could do one a minute.
A dog a minute.
Could you do it? I think so. I think I could do a dog a minute. How many did you do, Joe?
Could your stomach handle 10 hot dogs? That's the thing.
Well, we're not trained like Joey Chestnut has trained his stomach to handle it. He said he did 16 in 10 minutes.
God.
And see, that's impressive.
You're going to have to multiply that by like 7 to get up to Joey Chestnut's level, Joe.
I do really think, though, for Jersey Joe, I think 16 in 10 minutes is that's over. Is that one and just over 1.5? I don't know my math there is off, but over
1.5 a minute.
1.5 minute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Joe, did you train at all for this? Like knowing that you were going to do the challenge? Did you train leading up to? Or did you just have a normal breakfast all of those days?
Oh, you can't eat breakfast, right?
I would
Surely not.
I don't know.
Oh, dear God.
But see, if you don't eat breakfast, you're going to shrink your stomach because you're not going to have any food in there.
Yeah.
But if you eat too much breakfast, then you're going to fill up your stomach.
I didn't think about that.
The physics are involved.
How
here.
do you expand your stomach but not eat?
Drink a lot of water and pee it out?
Oh,
I don't know.
I
don't know. Maybe our caller knows. We've got a caller on the line. Mystery at the moment. We're going to find out.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if you can expand. I get what you're saying, though. And you and I probably somebody out there listening probably said, what are these guys, what are these idiots
They're
talking
like,
about?
duh, you just do this.
So Jersey Joe, the 6-time Greenville Drive hot dog eating contest champion, has graced us with his presence on the phone lines, 844-326-3663. Can you explain to us, Joe, how you prepare for a hot dog eating contest if we were to try to pull this off?
Really, I don't. I just go on with them on a normal day.
But do you eat breakfast?
Eat breakfast. Let's see. Last year they had it at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I ate breakfast. I ate lunch. We went to our subdivision pool. Had some beers.
You drank beer before the hot dog eating contest?
And then I went to the hot dog eating contest.
There's no way.
Everybody gets 10 dogs. The first one done wins. This past, back in 25, my time was like 6 minutes and 3 seconds. And
so
you did the math to convert it to 16 dogs.
Well, the one year they did it, it's the most you could eat.
Oh, okay. I got you. They changed the rules on you.
Normally it's 10 dogs and the first one done.
That surprises me that you drank all that beer, that wheat, that heavy beer sits on your stomach, and then you were able to go do that. That's impressive. What if you would not have eaten all day leading up to it?
I probably would have lost. I don't know.
Joe, did you keep all those dogs down every time you competed, or did they occasionally come out?
I never puked.
That's impressive too. That's impressive. I just can't believe you drank beer before you did it. I mean, that really, feels like
beer afterwards too.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Help it go down, right? So what would you suggest the best way to do it is then? If we were going to do it, try to get Ingalls in on it, because I'm sure Melissa Level would love to host it, right? Have the Tolos out, 10 minutes on the clock, and how many you ever can eat? Is that the best way to do it, or
you tell me?
You're the expert here.
If you want to do how many you can eat 10 minutes, we'll do that. If you just want to do,
is that the best practice though, Joe? Is that the best practice?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Is that best? I just want whatever best practice is, whatever the professionals do. Yeah. That's what we'll do because we're professional, right?
Yeah, as many as you can eat 10 minutes then.
I think we would have. How many Tolos do you think we'd have sign up for it?
I think we could have at least 15.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Would they have to sign it? And then here we go. Diesel's the HR guy. I wonder if they'd have to sign some kind of like consent form.
Yes, they would have to sign a waiver.
And see, the problem is we're corporately owned.
Remember,
Odyssey
held a contest. Joe, you may remember this from the news. This was about 12 years ago or so, 15 years ago or so. There was a radio station, an Odyssey radio station, that did a contest called Hold Your Wii for a Wii. This is when Nintendo Wiis were like the hottest, most popular toy in the world. Everybody had to have one.
Yeah.
So it was drink as much water as you can and don't go to the bathroom for as long as you can to win a Nintendo Wii. And a lady died.
At my age, I go like every 10 minutes.
God. A lady died. So that's
she
why,
really did?
Yeah, she died. That's the thing. Like, it's like water saturation poisoning or something. It's not good for you.
No, I don't sound like
you gotta pee.
Yeah, you do. So here's the thing though, if we could get away with it, we couldn't call it a contest. Probably not.
Challenge.
Hot dog eating challenge.
Everybody just showed up to have lunch, and
there was a table.
Somewhere there were 150 dogs just sitting around.
Yeah, I mean, it was a coincidence, right? Challenge, hot dog eating challenge. We're going to be at the Ingalls on Pine Street in Spartanburg on the 8th. That is right after the 4th of July. I think that'd be a great opportunity. I think that'd be great. I think we'd have a good amount of participation, and we'll see how good could Diesel and Cole compete with Jersey Joe?
Could Diesel and Cole combined beat Jersey Joe?
Oh, yeah. I think I could take him.
I don't know.
What do you think, Joe?
Bring it, baby. Bring
it, he says. Thanks for the call, Joe.
Good stuff.
Jersey Joe is the hot dog. What do they say? To be the man, you got to beat the man.
He is the wiener king.
He's the wiener king.
Jersey Joe is the wiener king.
Yep. You can't fit as many wieners in your mouth as Joe does. So
if we can somehow like make a trophy or something like that, it should be the wire-to-wire wiener king.
I like that. I do. That's very mature and professional and Odyssey-like. I mean, I think they'd love that as well. Challenge, though. Challenge, not contest.
You have a hot dog there. It could have, like, fireworks shooting out of it. It would be classic.
The trophy?
Out of the wiener.
Oh, gotcha.
The hot dog wiener.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. No,
gracious.
I'm with you. I'm thinking like Chat GPT now,
Cole,
making the trophy.
Avery Bryson, get your head out of the gutter.
It's Avery Cole. Get it right. Avery's my first name. Oh. Cole Avery doesn't sound right. So that is awesome. Thanks for the call, Joe. Diesel, that was a supposed to be a segment about sports. It didn't turn into a segment about sports, but our apologies, I guess, right?
Yep.
Oh, you did it too, did you?
I did it too.
Did too.
I just turned my mic off. When we come back, Cole, I want to ask this question, okay? I saw this earlier today. You saw this earlier today. One of our colleagues and a frequent guest of the show just passed a milestone at their current radio job. And I wonder, from the Tolos, be ready to answer this question and text in 844-FAN-PHONE. Who is the longest tenured Tolo at their current job? Be ready to call in about that. We'll talk about that next right here on The Fan Upstate.
fan of Stace.
Cole, we just passed the 2-year mark on our show, so we're now on our 3rd year of Wire to Wire with Diesel and Cole Bryson. We just passed the 500 show mark about 2 weeks ago. Feels like a big milestone, right? 2 years, 500 shows. Not anywhere close to what our boy Travis Hancock from WFNZ in Charlotte, who we bring on the show usually about twice a year. Travis comes on the show with us. He posted on his social media. You commented on this. I commented on this. Both of us congratulated him for it. 21 years at WFNZ Radio in Charlotte, a phenomenal sports talk radio station. I've listened to them off and on over the years, as have you. I'm not saying, hey, Tolos, jump off us, go listen to them. I'm just saying they do a great job up there. But what's fun is he posted and said, this was only supposed to be like a 3-month internship. It wasn't supposed to be a career.
Yeah.
And it's wound up being a career.
Good for him, by the way. That is a lot of years. That's a lot more years than I'd ever be at one place. I can tell you that.
Well, I'm right behind him because I started radio here at what used to be called Entercom. Now it's Odyssey. I started radio here at the tail end of 2007, Cole. So I'm coming up around September, October, November. I'll be coming up on 19 years.
That's a long
with
time.
Entercom and Odyssey Greenville.
It's a long time. I think the people who are at jobs that long are absolutely out of their mind, crazy that you would put up with the same
That's
people
an
for that
age
long.
thing, though. That's an age thing because people now feel like you have to job hop to climb the ladder.
Yeah.
And in some industries, that is absolutely true. It is very much true. Radio is a different beast because radio has changed a lot even since I got into the business, but also because we have like non-competes. We can't go work for another radio station here in this market, not for like 6 months, right?
Sure.
If I say, hey, I'm done with this place and I want to go work somewhere else, I got to wait it out 6 months.
Yeah, look, I do think there's a lot to be said about younger people don't stay at jobs as long. Older people, you do hear like stories from you and Travis and people who have been in like JB says, I've been there for 26 years right now.
Where,
so,
JB?
At his workplace. I don't know where it is.
Where's
but
your workplace, JB?
That he might want to tell you that.
That's true.
But I think it's impressive. For me, here's how I am. I am so ADHD. I have bad ADHD. I don't like being in one place a long time. There are days it kills me to be in this one room for 4 hours. When I was in school, I'd have to get up and go use the bathroom just to go walk in the hallways, just to get out of the classroom. I'm so ADHD. That's why in the morning, I might be in an appointment. I might be in Greenville. I might be in Charlotte. I might be wherever, in Spartanburg, whatever, with my business. And then coming here, I have to be on the go. I have to be on the move. I don't stop. You know that. I mean, I'm go. So I think it's just a bad personality trait for me. A lot of people, you just kind of get bored of the same place after a certain amount of time, unfortunately.
That's incredible. I've just done the math here, Cole. I've been here for 19 years. Let's just call it roughly. Not that I've been full-time the whole time, but let's just pretend for a second that I had been. 5 days a week times 52 weeks times 19 years. I've spent almost 5,000 work days inside this building.
Yeah, that's a lot.
5,000 work days. And again, not that anybody in radio works a full 8-hour day, but let's just pretend for the sake of argument that I work a 6-hour day in the building. Almost 30,000 hours.
It's a lot of hours.
Almost 30,000.
I can tell you one thing for certain, and I hope our boss didn't listen. I won't be here for 19 years, so you're going to beat me on that. You will have bragging rights. You will be able to say you were here a lot longer than I was. I'm not leaving.
I've done everything in this building almost, except for sales. I've never done sales. Now, we've assisted with getting clients across the finish line, but I've never gone out and like cold called, knocked on doors and said, hey, would you like to buy some advertising?
Have you cleaned the bathrooms yet?
I have cleaned the bathrooms before. Not as the janitor, but I have cleaned up in the bathroom before.
Well, I guess you can say
like I've done everything. I've done promotions, so you go out and set up the events. I've produced commercials in the building for the radio, for the commercials that you hear. I've been on B93.7, 93.3 The Planet. I did news for John Boy and Billy for a little while. I've done basically everything you can do in this building.
You are what they call a lifer.
I guess.
You and Lonzo, you're lifers. You
maybe I don't know any better.
Well, maybe that too. You commit yourself and dedicate yourself, and you are a lifer. I'm unfortunately not. I've had a lot of jobs in my short time, since I've been out of college, but I love I wouldn't say I love job hopping. Here's my problem. Let me tell you my problem. A lot of it has to do with my ADHD. Like I said, I like trying too many things. I have a very aggressive, addictive personality.
Mm-hmm.
I love trying. You could convince me today to go be a cop tomorrow.
But see, that's why I have so many hobbies. I
Yeah,
have a lot
but-
of hobbies. You
yeah,
don't have
but-
any hobbies.
Yeah, I hunt, I fish. I mean, that hunting and fishing's a hobbies, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe you can only do that half the year.
No, I fish. No. You can fish all year. I have a very I like trying new things. You could talk me in today if you did your best. I could go leave and do. I want to try a lot of different things.
Fair.
I like trying new things.
JB, he has told us this before. Apologies, JB. He says he works across the street building gas turbines. Yep, right across the road. Let's see here. Texter says Diesel has been there Cole's entire life.
Not quite. Close though. Close.
Let's see.
Hold
Gator
on, time out. You were how many years?
I've been here 19 years. You're 29. I've been here since you were 10 years
No,
old.
I'll be 30 this year.
I've been here since you were 11 years old.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You're getting old. You're getting old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't
Make you
like
feel
that.
old.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I don't like when somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, I've been listening to you my entire life."
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Sucks.
Gator Bobby says I'm approaching 23 years
Wow,
at
that's
his
awesome.
business, wherever that is. Let's see. Texter says, how long has Lonzo been there?
Did you see my response?
Two. Oh God. Lonzo has been here since before
The building.
it was in this building.
Literally before the building.
Yeah, before the building was here. That's crazy.
He was building the building. He was out here with a shovel, they say. I responded back to the texter jokingly, keyword for anybody listening. I responded back and said, too long. It's a joke. It's a joke, Lonzo. But it is. Texter says, go be a cop tomorrow or DNR. I'm telling you, I could do it. I would love to be a DNR officer. Are you kidding me?
Look at Cole in wearing all green, a button-down green shirt.
I could do it. I just love trying new. You don't have that problem, I guess, where you just want to try all these different things. I have that problem every day of my life.
I just go out and do too many. I have too many hobbies.
I don't know. I want to just try every career there is. I want to try them all.
Gigolo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Texter says, I have a degree in broadcast media and I'm in law enforcement.
How about that?
I could do it. Y'all
You two could
recruiting?
just switch jobs.
Well, good. Hey, good. Wait, very well. Good idea. For a day?
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. Cole as a cop for a day. All right, let's dive into way too early. I love way too early list. Way too early rookie of the year candidates for the NFL season. They were just drafted last week. Now it's time for them to go be rookie of the year. We'll get into it next.
to Wire
with Diesel and Cole Bryson
on the Fan Upstate.
Well, here we go. You just got drafted, and it's time to become Rookie of the Year, Diesel, immediately. That is what you're supposed to do, right? It is the official list season. It is way too early season. It's almost, I almost said it's almost May. Today is May 1st. How can we forget? We haven't brought that up.
Yeah.
Where'd April go, by the way? Do you know?
Just poof, gone.
Dear
disappeared.
God. April, I think, by the way, not to get off another tangent for the fifth time, but April is one of my favorite months of the year. Top 3 favorite. Do you know why?
Duck season?
Nope.
Rabbit season?
Nope.
Duck season?
Nope.
Rabbit season?
I love the springtime. I love the new season of spring. That is like, it excites me when February turns to daylight savings and March starts. There's nothing that I love more than spring.
It is good. It is. I mean, like, because we're about to get into that oppressive heat of June, July, August, September, October.
Oh, yeah.
And then, we got football season coming up.
I love the fall, too.
That's great.
Don't
Fall is great. But spring is where it's at, Things look vibrant and fun and lively. Do you get depressed in the fall when things start turning brown?
No,
like
I don't like when daylight savings hits. Like in, is it November, October, something like that? November, first week?
I don't want to think about it. I thought we were going to get rid of that.
When it gets dark early for that first 2-3 weeks at like 5:30, it sucks. Like you just, this is so bad. Those are the worst weeks of the year.
Yeah, I don't like driving to work at sunset.
No.
To do this show.
It's bad. It's what it feels like a lot of times. But I love spring. A good life hack, if you are like me and now you got to remember, sometimes I'm like a child. I get amused by the simplest things in life sometimes, right? I love spring. I love the vibrant, like you said.
Bubbles.
Squirrel, by the way. Look, life hack. Spring's my favorite season because of all the new plants, trees, the green. If you have a good pair of sunglasses, and I mean a good pair of sunglasses, spring's even better than you've ever imagined. I'm talking like a really good pair of sunglasses.
Okay, can you explain why?
Because it goes, right now you're looking outside and the trees are green, right? You're looking at the sky's blue. You get you a really good pair of sunglasses and it becomes, how like if you're editing a photo and you take the saturation and just go shoot all the way like to the very end.
So you want to see like Technicolor.
Oh, I love it. You go put my sunglasses. I wish I had them up here. You go put them on. You're like, oh my God. It just, the vibrant. So I love the vibrant.
You want to live in that bag of Skittles Puffs that you had yesterday.
I threw them away, by the way. I don't want to throw them away. I love spring. It's my favorite. So April gone. Here we are in May. Can you believe that? May's already here. I'm out next week. I'll be in Nicaragua. You're out like 2 weeks later, right?
I'm out in late May.
Mm-hmm. And then bam, we'll be back. It'll be June. And then, June, hey, it's college football. I mean, you're the way too early list, the media days. And
summer workouts are starting.
Before you know it, it'll be here. So maybe May's the worst month for sports radio. Maybe because it's that transition.
I can see it. It's still early season baseball. You're into games, especially now that the Braves are good. Years past, it's been a lot harder. We can be into a good Atlanta Braves team
every day.
But it's still early season. Like, these games don't feel like they have that much on the line like they do once you get into August, September.
No, I'm with you. I think maybe we should start just ditching the month of May. Taking all our vacation. Or no, just taking all our vacation.
Oh, okay.
Every bit of our vacation in May. No show.
April 30th comes, we say, all right, we'll see you in June.
We'll see you on June, And then in June, I feel like in June you can really start focusing to football.
Yeah.
That's when May you can talk about it, but here's where I get giddy in June because it's close.
What does giddy Cole look like?
Giddy. Just in the inside. You got 7-on-7s for high school. It's you can taste it. You can smell it, right? So here we are in May, and your favorite holiday, Cinco de Mayo, is just
May
around
5th.
the corner. May 5th. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know.
In case you can speak Spanish. So you're going to Nicaragua.
I better get my Spanish skills.
You better learn.
Let's go to the phone lines, 844-326-3663. By the way, I am going to try. I don't know what day yet, but I am going to try to call in next week from Nicaragua. I think it'll be our first international call we've had.
I think you're right. Are we on the same time zone?
No, there are 2 hours behind, right? So right now
Or 2
it's
hours ahead or behind?
behind. So
Okay.
it's 2:05 there right now.
Okay. Really? So
Yep.
they're basically on like mountain time.
And you know what's weird about that? It's kind of just straight down.
What?
If you look at a map,
yeah.
I mean, it's not straight. Look at a map. From where we are, it's just kind of, it doesn't feel like it's 2 hours off.
Shouldn't be.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Curvature of the earth.
It'll
though, I
blow your
guess.
mind because you just kind of go south and do like this, like a little whoop, a little loop. You find it on the map? Central America.
I'm trying.
It doesn't look like it should be 2 hours behind.
Which one of these is Nicaragua?
Look for I don't know what other countries around it, but you'll find it. Type it in.
Oh.
You
okay.
find it?
Yeah. Okay. I was looking at mainland. See, I'm bad at geography.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense
No.
because it appears to be due south of Alabama.
Right.
Like the east coast of Nicaragua is due south of the Georgia-Alabama state line.
And you know, it doesn't take long to get there, like 2 hours.
Really? From
No.
Miami?
From Miami, maybe even a little bit
Or
less.
Atlanta?
Miami's where we're flying out of tomorrow morning, but no, it doesn't take long. So you're right. So it would be, if I called in, I'd have to call in at like,
Dan's a pilot. He's going to have to explain to us how Nicaragua, that appears to be on a flat map, due south of Alabama, how's that 2 hours behind
us. I don't know.
Are they just on a completely different system down there?
It's a good question. They might not know the answer either. I doubt they would know. But I will call. I would love to call in next week at some point, maybe a surprise call, maybe during the Tolo takeover or something, right? How about that? Tolo takeover from international phone line. All right, to the phone lines. Rick in Greer wants to weigh in. What's up, Rick?
Okay, three things. Best sunglasses are Maui Jims. You're right. Great sunglasses.
Maui Jims?
So let's
Maui
park
Jims.
on that for a second. I like Maui Jims. I'm a Costa guy. But can you back me up, retweet me, endorse me that great sunglasses make a difference outside?
They do. They do a lot.
They do, man. It's life changing.
Number two.
Okay.
Why are you going to Nicaragua? Are you going to set up a pygmy foot wash or something?
That's exactly why. How'd you know? I go every year on a
Wait, who are you calling a pygmy? The locals or Cole?
both. Kind of fits. I'm going on a mission trip, Rick. We build houses and churches, that kind of stuff. I go every year.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. That's good. Number three, the best restaurant that they took away
Not yet.
was Crap on a Stick. And that was in Spartanburg. They had ham, possum, emu,
Oh my
everything.
God. Here we go.
fried
Making
on a
something
stick.
else. Making something else up. Another lie.
No, true.
I
Crap
never
on
heard
a
of this.
stick.
Never heard of
Dear
this.
God.
Nobody would ever name their restaurant.
Nobody would
that.
ever name that.
Okay. Look it up.
Rick,
Right.
you're so full of it. Thanks for the call.
Goodness gracious.
You had three things today. I love it.
Yesterday he called in and said, I don't know what I
don't
want to
wanna
talk
talk
about.
about it.
I'm just here on the show.
I like when Tolos call in and say, look, I've got two or three. I mean, you got to
Rapid fire.
You know what I mean? All right,
Yeah.
here's what I want to get to. Bam, bam, bam. Dan B says, Just Jess says Cole needs to shut his mouth. Her birthday is Cinco de Mayo. What did I say wrong about
You
Cinco de
said
Mayo?
we need to ditch the month of May.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I
My
didn't mean-
birthday's in the month of May too. So
I
does
remember.
that mean we stop aging?
Is it the 15th?
22nd?
22nd.
You're off by a week.
A week. I knew it was I remember it being
It's okay.
May. So yes, sorry, Just Jess. I don't want to ditch your birthday. I would not want to do that to you.
I think I'm going to go play golf every day of my vacation.
Oh,
And you hate golf.
Oh, you're on vacation your birthday.
Yeah, I'm taking that week off.
I don't hate golf like you said. I'm not good at it. And if I'm not good at something,
Did you see the video that I sent you earlier today? The guy saying he
Oh,
doesn't
on
want to do
Instagram?
anything. Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't want to. He's just like you.
I
I don't
did
want to
see
do
that.
anything if I'm not instantly good at it.
Let me tell you
This
something.
Sucks.
that is
man.
100% me. Like there's no doubt. I promise you. There is no doubt. Texter says, are the drugs around here not strong enough for you, Cole? I don't know. I don't do drugs. Thank you very much,
I think he's
Texter.
talking about the colors that you see when you put your sunglasses on.
Again, I'm amazed or amused by little things in life.
Where do because I know you got a big collection of these. Where do your pit vipers stand on the list of quality sunglasses?
I don't know what a pit viper is.
The big sunglasses, like baseball
Uh,
players love to wear them now. I've seen you
No,
wearing
I don't have
them.
them anymore. I think I lost them. I had them about 2 years ago. I think I lost them in the lake.
like, okay, I didn't know if you buy a pair of Pit Vipers if it comes with a case of Monster Energy or if you have to buy them separate.
I did have a pair of those. I did. And you know what? It's funny you bring that up. I think I lost them in the lake. I think the lake took them from me.
Were they good?
Okay. Not as good as Costa.
I didn't think so.
I was really bad for a long majority of my life about losing sunglasses. Are you good on that? Do you lose sunglasses?
I keep them forever.
See, I was really bad.
I keep them until they have they've been washed and wiped and cleaned so many times that they're just scratched up. Like they don't get scratched up from falling. They don't get scratched up from being like miscared for. They just get scratched up from being old.
But see, I used to lose them. I just misplace them. I would lose them. They fall off. And now the best thing that has saved me from my sunglasses being lost all the time is the little cheap plastic thing that goes around
tether.
The back.
You need a little tether.
Yeah, I have
string.
It. Oh, and ever since I got that, I've never lost a pair of sunglasses. It just stays on your neck the whole time. So,
what fisherman though has not ever lost something in a pond?
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah,
like I dropped a GoPro into a pond.
Oh god,
that sucked.
Oh god. Texter says Nicaragua does not observe daylight saving time, so they observe Central Standard Time year round. Wow, look at the texter coming in with some little education.
Wow,
how about that?
I think we should all have that
education.
Yeah. We don't need no education.
Yeah. Let's go to the phone lines. Again, 12. This has been a lot of this today. 12 minutes in, we were supposed to get to sports, but that and yet Dan B wants to weigh in. What's up, Dan?
Yeah, no, that texter just stole all my thunder.
Oh, texter's a thunder thief.
He got you, beat you to the putt. I forgot one thing, by the way.
But if that whole daylight savings is true, that it might go away, then the whole thing about us having the fall time where it gets dark early, that will remain.
Well, no, there's a difference between like daylight savings times and time zones, right?
No, but we are in daylight savings right now. So if we do away with daylight savings altogether, which when we fall back, we're going to go to standard time.
Well, why don't we we'll
just be in standard time all the time?
We should just make daylight savings time the regular time. So we're always saving.
So you want the whole world to shift 1 hour, and then just stay that way?
Yeah, because I want to drive home from work and get a couple hours of sunshine. I got to cut the grass sometime.
Well, see,
yeah, you do it on NASCAR Sunday.
Yeah, it's a cut the grass sport.
Well, you know what though? I would even say like y'all can change the daylight savings or whatever. What I want is never going to happen because it's not possible. I love summertime, it getting dark at like 9 o'clock. I want it to be dark every night at 9 o'clock. However we can do that, shift the time, make time different. Change it. I want it dark every night at 9 p.m. is when I want it to get dark.
Well, maybe if you started taking drugs like the texter said, you could have it be bright until 9 o'clock every night.
True. Good point. Dan, where's the race at? Since you're our NASCAR aficionado, where's the race at this weekend?
Texas.
So it's identical to Charlotte. Why do we have two tracks that are the same?
They're not the only ones like that. We have several mile and a half.
Mile and a half.
I'm saying we don't need them. We don't need them.
Are you going to the Memorial Day race, the 600, Dan?
As much as I'd like to, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't. It's funny. I don't mind if the race is more empty than it is packed. I'd rather go to a more empty race than a packed one. Just crowd.
Oh, you don't like people?
Parking. Yeah, I don't like people.
See, I'm the opposite. I don't want to go to an event and it be.
It feels depressing.
Oh,
if you go
it's so depressing.
Like, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon at an event nobody else wants to go to?
Yeah.
No, it's just nice that when you can kind of pick the seats you want, a week prior, then I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Having to lock in my seats and then knowing that I'm going to have people sitting all around me.
Yeah.
And having to climb over and around.
That's what makes it fun, though, Dan. That's what makes it fun.
Fun.
Just take an empty bottle, Dan. You don't have to get up at all.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Nice. Thanks, Dan. Speaking of seats, last thing, and then we'll get back to sports, I promise. Last thing. I had to do this today, so I want to know from you. I had to choose my seats on the plane tomorrow. Where do you choose? If you choose, are you a window or are you an aisle guy?
Aisle.
That was a quick answer.
1,000%. Not even think about it.
You didn't even think about it. Think about it for a minute. Think about it first. Think about it.
No. I don't know. I don't like. I'm like Dan. I don't like to I don't like the feeling of claustrophobia of sitting next to the window. I understand that I'm sitting next to a window and there's like the expanse of everything out there, but
You don't
I
like
still,
looking
I still
out?
feel like I'm here, and I want to be able to spread out. You know,
I do understand the
you pay for
ball
the extra
space.
legroom. Yes, you need
Yeah.
that too.
I understand that. I don't like cramped balls. Nobody does. Right. So leg space, you get the aisle seat,
Yep.
you take that leg and you
Stick
go
one leg out.
right until the lady comes by with a cart and then she
Yeah.
tells you to move your leg. Right.
Do you pay for extra leg space?
I almost did today, but I didn't. I was choosing my seats through American, and you could upgrade, and it told me it was 6 to 8 inches more leg space. And you know what? I made a good financial decision today. I don't do this all the time, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to pay $60 for a little bit of extra inches.
$30 an hour.
Yeah. So
for that
I said,
flight.
you know what? I'm going to just suck it up, save the money, and I took the or is it economy? Is that what it's called? Just the regular
Coach.
the poor folk seating.
Yeah,
I guess.
steerage.
So I went aisle on everyone as well. I would agree with you. However, I do wish you could have the option to see out the window. I love seeing out the window.
Yeah.
You can't have both. You can't have the window seat and the aisle seat.
Is it a 2x2 or a 3x3?
It's three or four, at least three. I think there were three. Maybe
Middle
four.
seat's the worst.
Now I will tell you.
God,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got stuck on a middle seat from San Diego to Nashville once. Longest, not the longest flight I've ever been. I think it might be the longest continuous leg of a flight I've been on. And I was in between two large individuals, and it was awful.
Armpit stunk too.
Awful.
Did they stink?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, that sucks. The last thing I was going to say on that. One time I went on an international flight. It was like a 16-hour flight. And the middle, like I'd never seen an airplane like this before. You had the left side, you had an entire middle side, and you had an entire right side. There were like 8 to 10 seats in the middle.
It was 10 wide?
Yeah, it's in the huge. It's like a movie theater. And there was even space you could go stand and walk in the plane. My ADHD.
Wow. Well, those double-decker planes,
They were huge, huge. It was wide. It was really, really wide. It was like 7-8 years ago. And that was fun. I will say, I know you might think 17 hours is a long time, but when that plane's, you're not sitting like this for 17 hours. You can get up,
Is a plane that big smoother than a smaller plane?
It was pretty smooth. In
Nice.
Israel. I don't remember much turbulence. I really don't, but I love flying, man. That flying's one of my favorite things. I could do it. I think, again, going back to our job conversation, I think I would love to be a pilot or I don't know about a flight attendant.
You better start. If you want to be a pilot, you better start now.
Why
If
is
you want
that?
to fly big planes.
Oh, because it takes so long.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, that's
There you
true.
go.
But you know what? I think you could probably be a flight attendant. I think you would be a good flight attendant.
Really?
I do. I think you'd be
Why?
a good one.
Would I look good in the skirt?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You had me.
Okay.
Well, sorry, Tolos.
We'll get to that eventually.
We'll get to sports eventually. We have been very off topic on Friday, but
I tell you what, why don't we talk a little sports next? Talk a little baseball, and we'll bring it local to our hub city, Spartan Burgers, with the GM of the Burgers, Tyson Jeffers, going to join us next. bring the conversation local, talk a little hardball with Tyson Jeffers, the general manager of the Hub City Spartanburgers. His team now in their second season there at Fifth Third Park in downtown Spartanburg, and an amazing ballpark it is. Tyson, good to talk to you again. It's been a little while. Question number one for you. What lessons did you learn over the course of your inaugural 2025 season there in that brand new venue that got this 2026 year started so much smoother and so much better?
I mean, we've learned so many lessons. I couldn't list them all, or it'd take too long. But one of the things that we really focused in on was the fan experience and how do we get the most people in that ballpark to create the best energy for our team to take the field and feel like they truly have a home field advantage. Not to mention just like from the testing of year one, with all the promotions and the fun that we did, we were really able to dial in on what our market and our fan base really want to see. And so we made sure that we tried to double that up this year for season number 2.
It's a great point. It is all about the fan experience. Let me ask you, kind of piggybacking off of that, I was thinking about this the other day, and I don't know if you have data, Tyson, to show this or research to show this, but across minor league baseball, a lot of people want to see the team win. That is the point. Like, you go, you play to win the game. Is there any kind of data out there, though, that shows a correlation between minor league attendance at a ballpark and winning? Because, look, I'm competitive. I want to win. However, I think as a fan who comes to the games in Spartanburg at Fifth Third Park, Tyson, I enjoy the social aspect of it, the environment, everything else, the ballpark, the in-game engagement you just talked about. I enjoy all of that so much as well that whether the team is winning or losing isn't the reason I'm coming to the game. Is there any kind of data out there that shows a correlation between the two? Have you ever thought about that?
It's definitely something that exists. I don't have the numbers at my fingertips,
Sure.
But the one thing that is really difficult in the business of minor league baseball is consistently winning. And a lot of that has to do with this is a league of development.
Yeah.
And so as guys start to perform better, they continue to move up. And, you know, you could have a stretch where your team is clicking and everything's going well and you're winning a lot of games and your win percentage is looking really good. And, hey, they have a need at a higher level. And so they start sending guys up and you get a new crop of younger guys that are less experienced and they might not be used to playing with the guys that are still there. And so you have kind of that cycle that you run through. And some of it, like when you look at the playoff picture and all of those things, it's almost a timing game versus anything. So for us, we're always hedging on, hey, if we're creating an unbelievable experience, we have great customer service, whether we're winning or losing, people still want to show up. And if we are winning, it just makes it even better.
Right. So, Tyson, there's no like thumb war over a player that is really helping you out. If the next level up needs him, you can't 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare thumb war and keep him through the playoff run?
When I'm talking to the Rangers player development guys, I'm always hoping that I can plant some seeds. I'm like, hey, if you want to keep this guy, you want to help us win the first half this year, get us go ahead and get us in the playoffs. We would really love that. So I'm always planting seeds and trying to give ourselves a little bit of advantage, but at the end of the day, I don't have too much control of that.
I love it. Tyson, I wish I would have wore the hat that I had on yesterday. Today, just in honor of you, I got a brand new Hub City Spartanburgers hat a couple of weeks ago when I was out at the ballpark. And it's the orange text with the camo bill. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Let me tell you, it's the best one y'all put out. Now, a lot of it has to do with I'm a camo guy, but I think it's the best hat. Diesel, you saw it yesterday,
It's a
right?
good-looking hat.
What do you think? Where's that rank among your favorite hats?
Oh, it's definitely up there. I also like camo, and I think in the South, camo plays. So it was definitely good. I'll make sure Devin, our merch manager, knows that you love it.
Because that matters. Please, God. Please let her know.
We have some new hats coming out pretty soon.
Oh.
So they're more, I would say, mascot focused and very unique. So be on the lookout for those. It will take a special person to wear some of these, but they will definitely be showstoppers.
Well, Tyson, speaking of hats, tell me about Clash of the Caps. It's on your website. You won Clash of the Caps. Tell me about that. And of course, obviously tell the Tolos where they can go check out all the award-winning burger merch.
Yeah. So last year in our inaugural season, we won the New Era Clash of the Caps, which was a minor league baseball competition. That was a fan vote. So we appreciate all those that voted for us, both here in Spartanburg and upstate, but also across the country, because they were coming from somewhere. And we beat out a lot of really good teams that have a lot of really good brands. And so we felt very fortunate that in year one, we were able to come out of the gates and start winning some awards for our brand and the burger hat, and getting the name out there. And that's part of our thing, is we want our brand to be known outside of Spartanburg and outside of South Carolina, and be more of a national brand that people can recognize.
Didn't you tell me last year that you had already shipped to all 50 states?
We have, and we've shipped to, I don't know how many countries now, but we were up to, I think, 5 or 6 countries that we had shipped to, and in Europe, Asia, kind of all over the place. So we're getting it out there.
All right, here's the deal. I'm leaving for Nicaragua on a mission trip tomorrow morning, Tyson. You can add to your list if you want to. I don't know how they do addresses in Nicaragua now, but if you want to expand it to one more, I need to take my Hub City hat. That's what I need to do. Our first Hub City.
Take some burger gear.
Yes.
Take some burger gear and take a picture and send it to me, and we'll post you.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, let me follow up to that real quick. How many times did you get got? I came to a game, 3 weeks ago, and I knew. A buddy of mine and I went, Diesel, after work one night. We knew, Tyson, it was backwards night. We knew. I can't tell you how many times I got that night. I walked in, it was the 7th inning or something like that. And I said, what? We just got here. Did I miss something? They played the innings backwards. Everything was backwards that night. How many times did you get got?
Pretty much all night. I was laughing the whole time because I was standing down there pregame, and they're like, "Thanks for coming. Good night." And then then we actually started the game, and I was like, "What?" And I don't know if you stuck around for the entire game, but we were very fortunate. Both the Drive and our team, the Spartanburgers, stayed out there for the national anthem postgame.
So
that's epic.
I was curious, how far would you take this? I mean, it was a ball-based game. Did you sing "Game Ball, thee two out, me take"?
Oh, that'd be tough.
They said some stuff backwards. We tried to make it not so confusing that people couldn't follow along, but we did what we could. And then within the game of baseball, we did everything away kind of from the team facing side, so they didn't get confused, because we didn't want them to start complaining about the promotions and stuff.
You know which one got me? Because Diesel and I say it every day. We were sitting down, and I had already got like twice. The PA guy says, "Ingalls, where you love the savings and get low prices." And I looked at my buddy and said, he just said it backwards. What is this guy? I got on the sponsorship read. It was that bad, but very creative. Have you had a lot of positive feedback about that? People like that, Tyson?
Yeah, people love that. They and it shows, just like people are starting to recognize that, hey, we're going to try to do some fun, wacky stuff, and they're paying attention to that. And you saw people come in with their jerseys and shirts and hats on backwards, participating. And then we had Wrong Sports Night, I think a couple of days later. They came in their basketball jerseys, football jerseys, all of those types of things. So people are really leaning into the promotional fun that we're having and participating, and that's what makes it even more special.
Tyson, your Hub City Spartanburgers our Hub City Spartanburgers are now locked in a 6-game series against the Greenville team, 6:45 first pitch tonight. And then next week, starting on Tuesday, you're in a 6-game stretch at home there at Fifth Third Park. You talked about fan service. One of the best ways that I think Fifth Third does that is just by having you come, and you're not just going to get chicken wings and kind of burgers like some ballparks serve you. You guys are serving incredible food. Tell me what's new in the food service program.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we've tried to layer more onto our theme nights, as well as having different specialty items that we roll out kind of on a night-by-night basis. Some of that is alcoholic drink-based, and some of it is food-based, where we mix and match it with the promo that we're doing. So we've got a lot of great stuff. Our creative team on the both the promo side and the food and beverage side are always working hand in hand to make sure we're finding unique ways that we can engage with everybody. And yeah, the food experience is a major part for us, both as our brand being food related, as well as it just being an experiential thing that people look for. So we're always trying to elevate that and make sure that we've got something for everyone. And the things that we do have are again, I say showstoppers a couple times, but our showstoppers and their Instagrammable moments. I think that's becoming more and more popular.
We're talking to Tyson Jeffers. He's the GM of the Hub City Spartanburgers. You can listen on 97.1 FM to Tyson's interview for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. 97.7 FM Greenville, 101.5 FM in Anderson. Tyson, let me ask you this. When you look at the price to get in, obviously a lot of fans listening in Spartanburg, Greenville, and Anderson today have come to games already. They're making plans to come out to a game at Fifth Third Park. But for those that have been and maybe want to spend a little bit more money, maybe want a little bit different or better of an experience, what are you guys offering? I know you have all kind of different amenities. I love the Milliken Club, a lot of different options. What else do you offer just besides the normal get-in price that gets you a ticket and a seat, if you will?
Yeah, so I always have to plug the most economical ticket, which is our berm ticket. That's that grassy knoll over the left field wall. So if you're bringing your kids and your family, that's a great spot for them to just roll around and then run around the ballpark the whole time for a cheap night. But if you're looking for a more elevated experience, we have a ton of different options, whether it's, hey, let's grab 6 or 8 buddies and rent out one of our bow boxes, which is kind of like a concourse suite. And so it's a little private area that you can sit right behind home plate and watch the game up on the concourse, and you get served Bojangles during the game, which is always nice.
Love it.
The Milliken Club, obviously that's the most premium ticket that we have, and people can go enjoy that, and that has a full food experience as well as it gets warmer, a climate controlled space. And then if you are a leader of a company and you like to entertain, whether they're your employees, their families, or clients, we've got a number of different group areas spread out throughout the ballpark that provide an unbelievable experience for people to just come, relax, have a night out, enjoy each other's company, and catch a ball game.
You had me at serve me with Bojangles.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Are you guys on the Rippers yet? I didn't know this was a thing, but Cole brought it up to start the show.
I think they're called Rippers.
It's like a Bojangles chicken nugget inside of a Hawaiian roll. You guys on those yet?
Oh, no. We might have to give them a call.
No doubt.
Tyson, we did a deep dive on ABS yesterday, now that we're a month into the season, and the teams who are the best at successfully challenging calls and overturning them in Major League Baseball. And what's interesting is there's not really a correlation between being accurate at overturning calls and winning a lot of baseball games. For example, the Diamondbacks, they lead the majors in successfully challenging calls, but they're barely over 500, whereas the Braves are middle of the pack at overturning calls, but they're leading the majors as far as the best record goes. Do you foresee a day, now we're talking baseball here, do you foresee a day where ABS kind of continues to fade off into the background a little bit because umpires, hitters, pitchers, everybody gets so good at calling it accurately the first time?
Yeah, it's really tough to say. I know this is really a test period for them, and they're probably looking at a million different data points on how it impacts the game and all the other pieces to it. I know there's the intention of speeding the game up with the pitch clock and then the introduction of this, and which has slowed the game down a little bit more because you have the reviews and all of those types of things. So I'm sure they'll continue to dial that in and see. I don't know how much they'll expand that to minor league baseball. It is an expensive system. So I know that they're operating it at the Florida State League as well as the AAA level, which is where it might continuously live. And they'll just allow the players as they work their way up and get to the AAA level, like that's their time to get used to that opportunity. And then as they make their way to the major leagues, then they'll know how to efficiently challenge a call. But yeah, that's really interesting that you guys had that conversation, and it is it's maybe teams should just focus on the at bat rather than worrying about like
no, that's no fun. That's no fun, right? Tyson, my last question for you. You guys are full steam ahead with the Spartanburger schedule right now, but can you talk about, now that you've done it twice, the impact that you've seen from having the high school and college games kind of preseason before you guys get going at Fifth Third Park? I know this year, just a couple of months ago, you had a lot of high school and college games, and seemed like good turnouts for both.
We did, and it's a really good opportunity for us, both our front office staff and our part-time employees, to kind of knock the rust off from the off season and get back in the zone. Beyond that, just the ability to host the high schools here and give those kids some fun and memories and something that they can talk about. And then from a college experience, if we can keep recruiting and getting top tier college programs, I think that's really great for Spartanburg. It's going to bring different people to the community. It'll bring different people to our ballpark, both from outside of the state coming in to see their school. So we're really leaning into that and trying to be intentional on how do we continue to evolve the amateur baseball programming that we have and get better at it and get more people to come and showcase Fifth Third Park and Spartanburg to people that might not normally come here.
I lied to you. One quick follow-up to that. What do we have to do? And I'm pretty involved with high school athletics, not enough to have any power or say so, but what do we have to do to get playoff games like upper state championships and state championships for baseball at Fifth Third Park?
We have questioned that as well, and it's something that we would love to continue to explore with the right people. I do know that how the structure is right now, that the teams that are higher ranked going into the playoffs, they do get home field advantage. So that would, by changing the structure, it might reduce the home field advantage that they would get because they'd be playing at a neutral field. So it's probably some of those conversations of, can you get people to the point that they're willing to take essentially a potential home game they would get to a neutral site and play in a different environment.
Sure. And just one note for the Tolos who don't know this, there's still at least one more college game coming up at Fifth Third Park here in just 11 days. Clemson, USC Upstate. Now, a lot of Clemson fans are kind of hiding their eyes and not looking at baseball right now. But, hey, it's a chance to come see your Tigers in a unique stadium.
Yeah, for sure. It is one of those things. I was just talking to our AGM Luke about it. And I was like, well, even though they aren't performing as well as I think everyone had hoped, if you're in the Upstate or Spartanburg area and you hadn't made it down to Clemson to see them play, this is a perfect time to jump in the car for a short drive and come to Fifth Third Park and see them. No
doubt. Tyson, you're the best. Always appreciate your time. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you guys.
Tyson Jeffers, he's the general manager of the Hub City Spartanburgers. How can you not be excited? Like, if you're a Tolo listening in the Upstate, Spartanburg, Greenville, or Anderson. I know, like, minor league baseball, Diesel's been around and over in Greenville for a while now, but I don't know. I just, how can you not get excited? I love the fact that all summer now, one of my other options in terms of at night, on the weekends, is going to a Fifth Third Park baseball. I love it. I absolutely love it. Hopefully I won't get off of that honeymoon.
It's a beautiful ballpark. It's a great place to go spend an evening. I mean, we were lucky to already have one good stadium here in the Upstate. That just took it to a whole nother level, what they built there at Fifth Third Park. It's beautiful. It's one of my new favorite spots here in the Upstate.
It is. It really is. I love it. I also love our headlines that we do each and every day on these airwaves. We call them our daily wires. We'll get to them next. Well, it is time to transition over to our headlines. We on this show call them our Daily Wires.
Bzzz.
It's the top headlines in all of the sports world. Diesel, in the NBA last night, the New York Knicks snuck past the Hawks. I mean, just barely. I mean, like this, razor thin.
Am I reading that right? A 5-point win?
No, sir. 140-89.
Good God.
I'm kidding about the snuck past part, if you can't tell, right?
51 points.
Yeah, not a good look last night for the Hawks. Whew, flush it, forget about it. Go to Cabo. I don't know where. I mean, just go somewhere, right? That's bad. 76ers tied the series with the Boston Celtics after a 106-93 win. I'll tell you this. I hadn't been paying much attention to that series. Like, I hate Boston, so I hadn't watched. But that shocked me. If you would have told me that Boston and Philadelphia would be tied at 3, I thought Boston was, again, the team that was unbeatable.
How about the play-in teams showing out?
Wow.
Right? I mean,
Wow.
the Magic are still up on the Pistons,
I just can't believe it.
and the 76ers are up on the Celtics.
I cannot. All right.
Or even. Sorry.
Let's see what else happened last night. Timberwolves won the series, Diesel, versus Denver with a 110-98 win at home. Good win for Minnesota. Tonight in the NBA, Detroit at Orlando. You just mentioned them, that game, to try to even the series at 3. That one is 2 hours from right now. Do they?
Yeah, I got to believe that Orlando gets one
You
of the
think so?
final 3.
Oh,
Right?
you
I mean,
think,
could
right?
you imagine the Magic closing out the Pistons tonight?
Be wild. Cleveland looks to win the series as they're up 3-2 on Toronto. They're at Toronto tonight, Diesel. That game's 7:30 p.m. And then the game that I'll be watching, if I don't fall asleep, the Lakers try to close out the Rockets as they are up 3-2. That game's at 9:30. The Lakers, boy, all of a sudden, you know what I do love about these NBA series, Diesel, is this. The Lakers were up 3-1 on the Rockets. All the pressure's on the Rockets at that point, right? But when they win, and all of a sudden, whoa.
Shifts it back the other way.
It shifts it back. Now the pressure's on LA.
You know, I watched some of that game the other night, and I noticed that there were multiple possessions in a row where LeBron didn't even touch the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, he's still probably the best player on the team.
Yeah, Luka's
right?
not playing right now, so yeah.
Yeah, he's the best player on the court for them, at least. So, like, why are you not getting the ball in his hands every single possession?
I can't imagine they lose tonight. I think he takes over tonight. I do. I hope at least. I think he takes over and says, you know what? We've got a chance to close this thing out. My conspiracy is they lost on purpose, those 2 games, just to give Luka more time to come back.
Aha.
Yep.
Okay, because they're going to need him for the second round.
No doubt. So that's my conspiracy.
Interesting.
Not good news for Caitlin Clark last night. Caitlin Clark's first home game in more than 9 months was supposed to be a celebration, Diesel. Instead, she gave the Indiana Fever an Indiana scare on Thursday night. Clark crumbled to the floor early in the third quarter when Dallas forward Alana Smith collided with her leg on a shot attempt and then limped toward the bench as she walked off. The injury during a replay review that resulted in a flagrant 1 call. The 2-time All-Star then made 2 free throws before departing and watching the rest of the game from the bench.
Oh, man.
Clark's injury prone. That's the
Yeah.
narrative right now. That's the narrative. Let's see. Quinn Hughes, you remember that name, of course, from the Olympics, right?
Totally.
Led Minnesota to its first playoff series victory in 11 years, scoring twice in the Wild's 5-2 victory over the Dallas Stars in Game 6 on Thursday. Minnesota will face President's Trophy winner Colorado in the second round. The Avalanche have not played since sweeping LA on Sunday. If I were a newspaper writer, what would the headline be in that one? It's right there for you, Diesel. It's right there for you in the Daily Wire. This one's too easy. I don't know if it was up there or not. Quinn Hughes led Minnesota to its first playoff series victory in 11 years, scoring twice in the Wild 5-2 victory. You could go, what a wild victory. You could throw up a bunch of different creative headlines there with that play on the name of the hockey team.
If we did does Cole know what city these teams are in? of NHL teams, would you do well?
No.
If I gave you the mascot, could you tell me what city it's in?
No. I didn't know Minnesota, the Wild, until I read the headline.
Yeah.
The Wild, by the way, won a playoff series for the first time in 10 tries since 2015. They lost to Dallas in the first round in 2016 and 2013. Last one for you. Shiloh Sanders is taking heat after commenting on the video of Browns reporter Mary Kay Cabot, who stated in a post that she believes Deshaun Watson should be named starter over his brother Shador, telling the reporter to go make a sandwich, Mary.
Oh, come on, bro.
How about it? Shiloh's a free agent, by the way, after being waived by the Buccaneers following a preseason game where he threw a punch. Maybe he can go make a sandwich. How about that?
You know, for a guy like Dion who preaches respect in his program as much as he does, and not a whole lot of respect coming out of his own kids. You know? Kind of a disrespectful bunch. When we come back, Cole, the question is this move by a major college basketball powerhouse program disrespectful to their own conference? How would you feel if you were the commissioner watching one of your members pulling a move like this? We'll talk about it next.
on the Fan Upstate.
You know, we talk a lot, or I guess last season and the year before that, we talked a lot about expansion and conference realignment and changes and things that Clemson and Florida State especially were doing that made it seem like they very much wanted out of the ACC. I wonder, Cole, if this new agreement signed by Duke University would kind of lend you down the same road and the same conclusion. And if you're Jim Phillips, the commissioner of the ACC, how PO'd are you really about this? Because you might not be able to say it outwardly that you're upset about this.
When you say PO, you don't mean like what you send the customer.
Peeved off. Peeved off.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
Because Duke has just signed, this was made public yesterday, Duke has just signed a deal with Amazon. It'll be a multi-year agreement to present, exclusive coverage of Duke's men's basketball program.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now
Amazon.
It's not what you think. It's not like the whole season for Duke. That's what it makes it sound like. So I want to be very clear here.
Yeah.
Some games every year will be exclusively available on Amazon Prime.
Some games.
Keyword,
games. Some.
And it's marquee games. These are big time matchups, okay? Year number 1 this year. It will cover a 3-game series. Game 1, November 25th in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena against UConn. Big time matchup,
Big
right?
game.
Duke, UConn. Everybody's going to be watching that. Game 2 will be Saturday, maybe it's not a Saturday, sorry, just December 21st against Michigan at Madison Square Garden.
Big game.
Another big time matchup.
MSG.
Game 3 will be February 20th against Gonzaga in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. Maybe not as big, but still big, right? It's still 2 programs that win an awful lot.
Yep.
But here you go. You got a premier program in Duke, who many would say, obviously that basketball is their bread and butter. It's their bell cow. Signing side deals with streaming networks outside of the ACC network and outside, because a lot of times you'd see some games like this put on the ACC network to try to get people to sign up for ACC network.
You would. So instant knee-jerk reaction. I kind of like it.
As a fan, I love it because I already have Amazon Prime.
I have Amazon Prime. And look, as a fan, if you're going to use those words, most of us already have just about every streaming platform anyways, because in order to watch NFL or whatever it is, we have to have it, right? So we most likely have that service anyways. The second reason I like it, I think it helps you as a brand. What do I mean by that? Duke is a great brand. Duke doesn't need help being a better brand, but I do think there's this tie to the ACC, going back to the original question that you asked. There's a tie to the ACC that sometimes we see I want to say the blurred line when it comes to Clemson in the ACC or Florida State in the ACC or Duke in the ACC. But I think for a long time, Diesel conferences have felt like they own the teams. They're in the conferences. I get that. But I do like the fact that these teams, like a Duke, would go to an Amazon Prime and say, yeah, you know what? We see the value in it. Not saying ACC that you're just chopped liver now. Not saying that we don't want to be a part of your network. But Duke, here's the reality of it. Duke's a bigger brand than the ACC.
Yeah.
So let's not act like Duke needs the ACC. The ACC needs Duke. And Duke's saying, hey, we want to market ourselves to a different audience on Amazon. I absolutely love it.
I mean, to me, don't you think it harkens a little bit to the deal that Notre Dame has with NBC?
Well,
I know that it's different. It's every Notre Dame home game is on NBC.
Well,
as opposed to 3 games for Duke in this series.
They're in a conference, though.
Right.
That's the thing for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with TV deals.
I'm just saying it's the air of exclusivity. We're going to have our own side deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that what if Amazon Prime said, you know what? We like this little deal we got going on with Duke. We want to get North Carolina into this as well. And so we'll have Duke UNC, the two by far biggest brands in the ACC. We're going to have a 6-game series over the course.
Sure.
And then what if they were able to say, hey, you know what? Let's just put the Duke North Carolina game on Amazon Prime instead of ESPN like it traditionally is.
ABC. Yeah. It's only 3 games though, and that's where I would say.
Yeah.
Here's my prediction. While we're talking, and by the way, God forbid we hadn't talked about the Kentucky Derby. It's on TV right now. I can't believe we hadn't talked about Tom in Somerville's going to be ticked off, right?
Big Bob Baffert fan over there.
That's
Tom
right.
in Somerville.
What my prediction is, while we're talking about this now, I think when basketball season rolls around, you and I might forget it happened. We may. It's only
Really?
3. It's only 3 games.
Right.
And there are basketball games every day of the week during college basketball season. Every night. So is it a big deal? It's a big deal. It's I don't want to say breaking a barrier, but it's doing something new in a way.
It's an extra pain for me because now I gotta hop from app to app.
Yeah.
Right? I can't just like jump out of one stream on ESPN, jump into the other stream on ESPN. Now I got to do this 2-app thing, and that's annoying. But I do have Amazon Prime already. So
you do, and I think my point is because it's only 3 games, I think it'll get lost, and I don't mean that disrespectful. I think it'll get lost. It's 3 games, And hey, they're big games.
But it's 3 marquee games.
I was going to say, they're big games.
If you're Jim Phillips, you would say, I'd really like to have those under our broadcast umbrella. Yet
Sure.
Duke steps out and does their own thing. Here is the statement from Charlie Neiman, head of sports partnerships of Prime Video. It's exciting to bring this relationship with Duke University to life, and we're looking forward to presenting this premium college basketball showcase to fans around the world next season and beyond. Duke basketball games transcend the schedule, and the creation of this all-new offering gives fans more of what we all want. Marquee matchups featuring the most successful programs in the nation.
Yeah, and you know what? You talk about hurting the ACC. It's all the same. Like ACC is owned by ESPN, right? So those games in particular might not be on ACC network that night, but it's still the same network in a way.
If I'm the ACC, I'm wanting all kinds of branding all over the broadcast.
On
right?
the Amazon broadcast?
Yeah, on the Amazon broadcast.
Good luck.
I know. But see, here I am. If I'm Jim Phillips in the ACC, I'm just going to use Jim Phillips as the person who's in control of all this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I'm going to need some branding over here. I'm going to need some marketing, right? I'm going to need the ACC talked about and mentioned on the broadcast. I'm going to need the promos that run, all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, why would I let one of my premier programs take 3 premier games away from my broadcast network and ESPN, our partners, and put it on Prime?
Yeah, and it's kind of a double-edged sword. The streaming is.
Yeah.
I think the streaming helps the sport. Any sport, I do. Sometimes it's a pain, but I think it helps. But in this sense, I think it hurts them. So, I mean, will they see a feasible difference from it? Maybe not. Again, now, what I do think is the most interesting thing about this conversation is what does it go to next year? How many games? It starts out at 3.
Right.
Does it grow to 7, 10? I don't know. That's what I think the conversation changes for the ACC and the streaming network, whatever conference it is. Imagine Auburn, Alabama being taken away by ABC or SEC network and put on Amazon Prime in the fall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked that question about the future and the arrangement that Duke may have. In exchange for permission to form this partnership, Duke has agreed to participate in additional ESPN-owned and operated neutral site tournaments in the 27-28 and then the 28-29 season.
So making it up to them.
So, yeah, you might see Duke in the Maui Class, the Maui Invitational, or the Charleston, and whatever it might be. You're going to see them participate in more of these off-season or excuse me, not off-season, but out-of-conference early season tournaments.
And people really aren't paying. I mean, they'll watch, but it's not like, oh my gosh, they're playing the Maui tonight. We got to watch Duke.
Yeah. Well, is it the one?
Depends who they're playing.
Is it the one in West Virginia? The tournament they have in West Virginia that feels like the ceiling is about as high up as our ceiling is here.
Maybe
it's just an odd room, odd building.
Yeah.
You know what they should do? They should play them in Asheville over there at the Thomas Wolfe Auditorium, where they do the Southern Conference tournament. That's a great venue.
How did you know the name of that place like that?
Thomas Wolfe Auditorium.
Yeah.
Well, Thomas Wolfe Auditorium is next door. Asheville, Buncombe, Rec Center.
Isn't it Harrah's or something?
Harrah's Cherokee
Harrah's,
Center.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
There.
you and your names. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Heck, let's do it here. Let's just do it here.
Let's do it in the parking lot.
Yep.
How about that?
I like it.
It's Wire to Wire. He's Cole Bryson. My name is Diesel. Tolos, wake up. Where you at? Text in 844-326-3663.
It's the weekend.
That is true.
They're kind of weekend. We see that sometimes on Friday. Tolos get in this weekend mode.
Friday lull.
So let me tell you about one of my favorite Friday segments from another radio station, since we're on the topic. It's an Odyssey station,
okay,
so I can give them a shout out. 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. One of my favorite segments that they do every Friday around this time is, now that you got to remember, they have a huge audience that covers the entire Metroplex. They do What You Thinking and What You Drinking. So every Friday at like 5 or 6, the Tolos, whoever, the listeners call in, right? And they give what's on their mind, right? What you're thinking, what's on their mind sports-wise heading into the weekend, and then what you're drinking. So every caller's telling what they're sipping on. And you can imagine some of those get
rowdy.
Good calls,
Yeah.
Good call. I mean, imagine
you have to be drinking at the time that you call in?
I don't think you have to. I don't think there's like a prerequisite, like, hey, you have to be drinking right now. Maybe you're telling what you're going to be drinking that weekend, right? You went and got a new bottle of whatever.
I just got a bottled in bond bottle of rye made here in South Carolina, but I can't remember the brand.
You said bottle and bond?
Bottled in bond. It was like it was like I had to look this up because I didn't know what it meant.
It's bonded, it's insured.
Yes. That's kind of what it means. It means like it was one of the first quality assurance things that they would put on products here in South Carolina.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah. It's kind of like certified, you know? Like they say in Tommy Boy, I could take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed. I got time.
By the way, I'm drinking Life Water, in case anybody wanted to know, since we talked about that segment. And you're drinking, you got a nice fancy drink over there.
Well, it was Coke Zero.
Oh, was. Keyword.
Not anymore.
Keyword. Yeah.
Not anymore. I need some water.
You want some?
Sure. Toss it over. Tolos 844-326-3663. Going to get into this in the 545 segment. So just a little tease, a heads up for what's coming up. Major League Baseball expansion's inevitability. They have released a list. Forbes.com has released a list of the 10 cities that they think are most likely to be the expansion candidates to bring Major League Baseball to 32 teams.
Spartanburg.
Yeah.
Right. On the list.
Yeah, they just add a couple more seats at Fifth Third Park, and they'll be off to the races.
By the way, speaking of baseball, the Braves back in action tonight, 8:40, a little bit later of a start because they are out west, Colorado Diesel in Denver. Atlanta's favored on the money line tonight. Grant Holmes on the mound. Jose Quintana on the mound. He's 1-2 with a 4.91 ERA for Colorado. They are 14-18. The Rockies are 7-6 at home. So they're a below average baseball team. We kind of talked about this yesterday, and we made a prediction of what the Braves would do over the next week or so. The Braves should handle business tonight, bounce back. You got Grant Holmes on the mound tonight, Diesel. He's been good. Like, he's not the best pitcher in baseball, right, by any stretch, but Grant Holmes, 3.62 ERA. He's 2-1 on the season. He's gotten good run support this year when he has pitched. So I don't know if the Braves will have a dominant win tonight. He's allowed 25 hits. He's had 25 strikeouts, allowed 5 home runs, 14 base on balls this season. A little bit better numbers than Jose Quintana, but if the offense is there, they should be fine. The Braves have a 61% chance to win the game on the ESPN matchup predictor, Diesel. And the big news for the weekend, obviously, the Clemson Tiger back in the rotation for Sunday's game, I believe it is Spencer Strider will get the start. But as long as Matt Olson and those guys keep hitting it the way they do, you got to imagine the Braves will take care of the Rockies.
Talked about this at the tail end of yesterday's show, Cole. I want to get your thoughts on Oliver Rue, the tallest basketball player to ever play in an NCAA basketball game, leaving Florida and choosing UC Irvine. He's Canadian, so he's got no connection to the state of California. But you would think a guy who is as tall as he is, and he is, 7'9", the tallest player, certified by the Guinness Book of World Records. Why would you leave Florida and choose UC Irvine. You could go literally anywhere at
Yeah.
that size, as long as you can actually dribble a basketball and just pick it up and go bonk into a basket. You can do that anywhere. You can.
He's how tall?
7'9".
That's possible.
That's possible. Yeah, he could go.
How does one do that?
What if he had signed up to go play for Michael Malone over at UNC? I mean, he could have gone there. He could have gone to Duke. He could have gone to anywhere. He could have played anywhere.
UC
Irvine.
Good
Odd choice.
good NIL, I guess, or
I guess. I mean, why would you choose UC Irvine? How are other programs like Arkansas and Kentucky and Gonzaga and UConn and Michigan?
Weird.
How are they not throwing tons of NIL money at you as well?
It's weird. Hey, speaking of that, I think we forgot to mention it this week. Did we? I know we talked a couple of weeks ago when Furman had their transfers leave to go to Kentucky and one went to Arkansas, thank you. Did you see? I mean, Wofford. I went and saw Wofford play a good bit this past year, right? UConn's roster, Diesel, all of a sudden looking a lot different. They just played for a pretty big game not long ago. Machowski from Wofford is now at UConn.
Whoa.
From Wofford to UConn.
Whoa.
He averaged 17 points for the Terriers last year. He's from Germany, Berlin, to be exact. And I watched him play a lot this year. He's a good player. He was shooting like 37% from the field. Very good player. But let me tell you, I will tell you this. When I watched him this year, I never thought that's a UConn type player. No disrespect to him. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
Again, he was second team All-SoCon after averaging 17, 5, and 2. Again, 37 to 39% from the field all season long.
That's the kind of player that transfers to like Ole Miss or
He
Georgia.
transferred to UConn. And he spent the first 2 years at UCF, went from UCF to Wofford, from Wofford to U. I mean, what a jump that is.
I mean, Dan Hurley saw something in him, right?
No doubt.
Saw some big time potential.
Did he get it? Did Dan Hurley get confused, though? Did somebody tell
Like the
Dan
wrong
Hurley, hey, there's a team from South Carolina, y'all played them, go get one of their star players, and he thought it was Wofford instead of Furman. He didn't forget he played Furman in the NCAA tournament. Maybe that was it. It's a big pickup, though, by the way.
Funny.
Congratulations to Machowski going from Wofford to UConn. Doesn't happen much, as you can imagine.
That's a substantial jump.
It is.
Going to get paid, going to get some of that NIL.
Little NIL. Oh, you think he's getting NIL at UConn? Surely not, right? I don't think
he's just there for the love of the game.
I was going to say, I thought he just went to UConn because it was a good basketball program.
Yeah.
I mean, surely not. By the way, a little bit of new news, Diesel. Michael Harris, this is breaking news. Michael Harris is not in the Braves lineup tonight as he continues to battle an ongoing quad issue. He's expected to DH some before returning to center field. We'll see how long that takes, but here's the lineup tonight for the Braves. Acuna, Baldwin, Albies, Olsen, Dubon, Riley, Eli White, Jonah Heim, and Jorge Mateo. It's short. Pitcher, Grant Holmes. Still enough in that lineup, I think, where they can get it done. So no Michael Harris. The only bad thing about that is he's been tearing the cover off the ball.
You know, it's funny when we had our Braves guest on, Lindsay earlier in the week. Was it Tuesday? I asked him about like taking parts from different players and like making the perfect ball player that you could build. I was talking about like Grant Holmes' hair, Spencer Strider's mustache. He went in a completely wrong direction.
Crosby.
Yes, Lindsey Crosby. He went in a completely wrong direction.
Yeah.
Thinking I was talking about, I don't know what.
Building the roster.
Yeah.
Hey.
Building the roster. I was talking about, just Spencer's mustache, his hair.
No. Wrong direction, he said. Wrong direction. All right, we tried to get to this early in the show, but we will now get to it, Diesel. Who's the early candidates in the NFL this season, this fall? They just got drafted. Who are the early candidates to be chosen as Rookie of the Year? Is it too early? We'll discuss next.
on the Fan Upstate.
You just mentioned the Diesel. I am very excited to be leaving the country tomorrow to be going on a mission trip. I love doing mission work, but I am missing George freaking Strait, the king of country, tomorrow at Death Valley at Clemson.
I prefer his brother, George Crooked.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good one, by the way. Good one. I am very upset. Tolos, are you going to see George? Are you a country music fan? You going to see George Strait tomorrow at Clemson?
I don't know any George Strait songs. I don't know a single one.
That's unbelievable. But again, that'd be like you asking me about rock songs.
There was that one song about his dog, his mama. He sang a song about a truck.
Not George. That was another singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No. What does George sing about? That's the only three things country sing.
No,
and
it's
love.
not.
Love. They sing about love.
He did sing a lot. He did sing a lot about love. He did. He was the king, man. He's the king of country. So I would, if I had my bucket list, I'd like to see him. But if I was in town, I would be. Unfortunately, I won't be. So I'll miss him. Missing George Strait. Let us know, Tolos, if you're going. The setup does look pretty cool though at Clemson. You don't see concerts there.
No, photos are out there. Clemson posted it out on their Twitter a little while ago. It looks cool.
You hadn't seen a concert like that there in a while. So good for them. Good for them. Hopefully it is a big, big turnout. Speaking of big turnouts, well, there's a lot of pressure on these rookies, Diesel. Why? Well, you get drafted, you go visit the city, and then what happens after that? You find yourself on a list. Rookie of the year favorites. You just got drafted, for crying out loud. How can you already be on a list? But there is a list. There is predictions for these candidates, Diesel, because in 9 months, these players that were drafted in 2026 will be standing on the stage receiving that NFL honors for Rookie of the Year. In fact, two will, one for defense, one for offense. And let's look. By the way, let's not forget Ted McMillan last year. I don't know that a lot of people had him having as good as a rookie season as he did, right? He came in for the Carolina Panthers. These are your Panthers. And had a really good year as offensive rookie. So I want to throw these names at you. Get your thoughts on strong candidate, not so strong candidate. Do you think they have a chance to win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Let's start with the most obvious, okay? The most obvious, the one that was drafted number 1 overall in the NFL draft. He will be playing quarterback, but will he be playing quarterback? Is there any chance Fernando Mendoza plays enough at the quarterback position in 2026 to be Rookie of the Year? Because as we stand right now, we don't think he will play that much. So is it a far-fetched here to say maybe he'd be a candidate?
He will not play enough games to be a Rookie of the Year candidate.
Okay.
This would be incredibly short-sighted for the staff over there to make this decision.
Yeah.
To play him, what would he have to play? 10 games? If he played in 10 games, would you call that? I mean, that's essentially
12.
Three quarters of the state and 3/4 of the season.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, he might play in those games, but he's not going to start and play significant time.
What about Jeremiah Love, who, again, a good player, good running back, but going to the Cardinals? The Cardinals have not been good lately, Diesel. Does Jeremiah Love, which, by the way, he was great at Notre Dame. I am very down on the Cardinals. I think that as an organization, they've done a horrible job in the past decade. When it comes to team building, Kyler Murray didn't pan out, right? I will give credit, though. I will give credit where credit's due. I think this was a good draft pick. Does one running back come in and change the trajectory of your franchise immediately? Probably not. But I do think, hey, newsflash, having good players does make you a better team. Having good players, game breakers, can help, right? So I like Jeremiah Love. Do I think Jeremiah Love will do enough in his rookie year to be Offensive Rookie of the Year? I would say to answer that, he would have to, in a way, carry this Arizona team to maybe a win total they haven't been in a while.
He's going to get a lot of playing time. He's going to get a lot of opportunities.
Sure.
Now, assuming he can stay healthy, assuming his offensive line can block for him, and it's the Cardinals, so they probably have a buns offensive line. Everything else they have is buns too. Why wouldn't this be bad?
Yeah.
He's going to have to do something absolutely insane. Now, he might be one of the best rookies at the end of the season, but I think a big component of having the stats to be in contention for this is you have to be on a decent team that gives you an opportunity to show out.
And you know what? What's interesting about that, what you just said, is we didn't expect Ted McMillan to be that, to fit that bill.
True.
Because the year before, the Panthers were not a decent team.
But we also kind of had this feeling, even though none of us were super high on the Panthers, we still had this feeling like they're getting a little better.
Yeah.
They're getting a little better. Like there's some improvement, And
he's a good player. Ted McMillan was, by the way, just over 1,000 yards, 1,014 yards, 7 touchdowns. Sometimes down compared to when you look at other Rookie of the Year numbers. Saints quarterback Tyler Shuck finished behind McMillan. Now, hey, go look at what Tyler Shuck did. You just asked how many starts Mendoza would have to have. Tyler Shuck had 9 starts last year.
Half the season.
Yep, and was runner-up for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Behind a guy that played in every game.
Pretty much. So what would have happened last year if Tyler Shuck played in every game? He might have won it, right? He was good last year. So quarterbacks who spend the majority of the season, obviously, are going to, like C.J. Stroud, right, when he came in. It will be interesting to see, though, when it comes to those 3 guys. A lot of love for, obviously, Mendoza. What about some long shots? Could you consider Ty Simpson? Would you consider Ty Simpson as a long shot to be NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year? And you laugh, but
he's never going to play.
Well, Matthew Stafford's older. What happens when Matthew Stafford goes down in training camp?
He could always have one of those Aaron Rodgers injuries, get one play into the season, snap something, he's done.
What happens when he goes down? Not if, when he goes down. I shouldn't say that about Matthew Stafford.
That is an interesting thought experiment. If he goes down, Ty Simpson will now have one of the best rosters in football at his disposal.
No doubt.
There's not
good offense.
Assuming Matt stays healthy, there's no situation where Ty Simpson is going to be playing with those guys, right? He's going to be playing mop-up duty
preseason
with 2s and 3s, fourth quarter when you're already up 21 or 28 points. So he's going to be throwing to the 2s and 3s. He's going to have 2s and 3s blocking for him as well. So if that were to happen and Matt goes down and he gets to play with the ones, who knows? I mean, think how many game manager quarterbacks came through Alabama over the years who were not, these insane, over-the-top, incredible athletes, yet they won national titles at Alabama because everybody else around them was the best of the best.
A.J. McCarron, the list goes. I mean, again, no disrespect to him, but no, you're right. If it were to happen, and again, we're not wishing injury on Matthew Stafford, but he is older in quarterback years. If it were to happen, he would have a pretty good start to his NFL career because of what you said, the players around them. Newsflash, good players make you better as a quarterback.
All it takes is being rolled up on, a freak accident.
It does. Look, I don't expect that to happen. Matthew Stafford, one of his best abilities over the last few years, for the most part, has been availability. He's been good. He's been really good. So I like that. Let me throw this one at you. This name. K.C. Concepcion. You remember that name, don't you?
Played at NC State.
Cleveland Browns. Wide receiver 1, potentially.
With Deshaun Watson throwing him the ball, potentially.
Watson. Todd Monken, right? Yeah. He used Zay Flowers a good bit in Baltimore when he was the coach in Baltimore. Not saying Zay and Concepcion are the same player, but you could see as a rookie, KC come in and get some pretty high volume, right? He'll get the volume. There's no doubt. It's Cleveland. He's going to get the volume. What if he was? And look, we laugh about it because it's Cleveland, but it takes one good player going there and showing out to win a rookie. Doesn't mean they're going to win the Super Bowl.
I don't think that's as big of a long shot as some people might make it out to be. Because if Deshaun Watson is named the starter
Sure.
And if Deshaun Watson can stay healthy and wants to play, and if he has some modicum of his former skill level, which we still don't know where he's at because it feels like it's been 87 years since he's played.
Yeah.
I mean, you telling me that Deshaun Watson throwing the ball to Casey Concepcion, they're not going to have a lot of success?
We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's flip the defense. Defense, Diesel. You ready for this? I'm going to give you 2 names. And I want you to give me who you think would have the bigger chance of these two to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sonny Styles, linebacker that got drafted to the Washington Commanders. He maybe a Bobby Wagner type vacuum, right? Styles also has like that defensive background, the good, unique frame diesel. He's 6'4", 243. He can make plays in the passing game that a lot of linebackers can't. I hate to say this because Washington's in the Cowboys division. I think Washington hit a home run with Sonny Styles at linebacker. Or would you go with Ruben Bain Jr. in Tampa Bay, who we expect to be a good player? He went, 15? Pro-ready run defender. If he fell a little bit. He's not a high sack player. His arms were short compared to others, but high motor. Maxed out at 9.5 sacks last season. All of a sudden, Tampa Bay's got their guy up the middle. If I had to give you those two, who would you say has the better chance of winning Defensive Rookie of the Year? Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain Jr.
Ooh.
That one's tough.
It is tough. I think the world of Ruben Bain Jr. I think he's got a lot of upside in this league, and I think as much as people have, even though they were talking like he's going to be a high draft pick, and he was a first rounder, he's hearing all this noise of like, you're too small, your arms are too short, you can't be this, you can't be that. I think he's going to let that fuel him.
He could. Also, look at 2 other players defensively. David Bailey, who went to the Jets. He was the highest drafted edge rusher, Diesel, with the highest pass rushing ceiling. Easy candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. It's New York, but still, he's got some dudes around him on the defensive line. I don't think he'll have to be the guy. I think they'll have to respect him. I like him as a run defender. I like David Bailey, but I think I like Arvell Reese more, who went to New York. He was a really good college player. We know we talked about him a little bit last week or early this week. There's a lot of, I think defense is harder to peg when you start scouting these early Rookie of the Year candidates, Diesel. There's a lot of good defensive players that went this year.
Yeah, you're right.
Caleb Downs, I don't know.
I want to make one more point about Ruben Bain and the Buccaneers.
All right.
The Buccaneers had the 5th best rush defense in the NFL last year. 5th best. Now, they gave up a lot of touchdowns. They gave up 16 touchdowns, which is towards the bottom of the league when it comes to the number of touchdowns allowed, or more, maybe more like middle of the pack. But they were number 5 as far as rush yards allowed.
Pretty good.
Which tells me they're going to let an edge rusher tee off. I mean, they're just going to let him tee off. So I don't know exactly what the Buccaneers lost on the interior of that defensive line, and I don't know much about their linebacking core and how many guys they were able to keep on that roster from last year. But if they've kept a good core of those guys, you got to believe that run defense is going to be good again. So you're going to let a guy like Ruben Bain do what he does instead of making him go out there and be a run stopper.
No, I think he'll be a good player. I do. I think he's going to be a good player. The only bad thing about that is the only bad thing, even though you're high on Ruben Bain, the only bad thing about it is your team has to see him twice a year.
It's not fun.
No. Carolina Panthers.
Nope. Don't like that one bit.
I think that, we talked about this on Monday. The division got better. The NFC. I think the division that got the best, though, was the NFC East. I think the NFC East made some home run hires, and I absolutely hate to say that. I do. Because I want the Eagles and the Giants and the Commanders to have terrible drafts, but I think the NFC East just got really loaded from a rookie standpoint. So it's going to be fun. Some of these guys might be bust. Hopefully not, but there's a lot of good talent out there, and I can't wait to see it.
Texter says he sings about rodeos and his exes.
Oh, George Strait.
George Strait. Is that true? Rodeos and ex-girlfriends?
A lot about love.
Yeah.
I don't know about rodeo. Maybe a little bit.
You know, all the best songs ever have been about love, right?
Yeah.
Having love, finding love, making love, chasing love, losing love.
Now,
That's what all the
thanks,
best songs are
Texter.
about.
Thanks. Now I'm sad again about not going to see George Strait tomorrow. Thanks, Texter. Appreciate that.
Tolos, make sure if you're going, tag Cole Bryson
Yes,
in the photo.
please.
Make that be the first thing he sees when he gets off the plane in Nicaragua.
That'd be bad.
A packed Clemson Memorial Death
Seeing
Valley
one of my
Stadium.
favorite country
One of
artists.
his favorite country artists singing his heart out, and Cole didn't get to go.
Thanks a lot, Diesel. Thanks a lot.
When we come back, Cole, Major League Baseball is going to expand. Rob Manfred feels like he's made it a priority. He's only been talking about it forever, about expanding the major leagues. Well, Forbes.com just made a list of the 10 most likely candidates to get a brand new Major League Baseball franchise. We'll see if we can eliminate a few and pick our favorites next.
on the Fan Upstates.
Did you know at one point in the early 90s, Cole, a tiny little town called Kernersville, North Carolina, had a chance to get a Major League Baseball team?
No, I did not know that.
This was when the Expos were moving, and they were thinking about planting a Major League Baseball team in Kernersville halfway between Charlotte and Raleigh, which it makes sense, right? Like you're like an hour and a half for both of them, or maybe not quite an hour and a half, maybe like an hour from the outer edge of their metro areas, and you get a little bit of both, right? You get some Charlotte, you get some Raleigh. Ultimately, it didn't happen, in the city of Kernersville, and its people said, no, we don't want this because we don't want our town to become a big fat mess with a Major League Baseball franchise.
I think it was the name, by the way. I don't like the name.
The Kernersville?
Mm-mm.
No, it's not great. I mean, they would probably be called like the Carolina somethings, right? I mean, you wouldn't call them the Kernersville
It
Kings
just doesn't
or
roll
something.
off the tongue,
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But now those kind of cities aren't even remotely considered, right?
Yeah.
Small markets are not even considered. For example, Greenville would never, ever, ever, ever be considered for a Major League Baseball franchise. Number one, the Braves are just too dang strong here.
Oh.
And as much as it would be fun to have a Major League franchise plopped right here in Greenville, South Carolina, that there would be the Stethakis of the world, the Stethaki, and people like him who would say, we don't want it. We don't want it because we don't want our town to become a mess with bad roads.
Dang, what are they catching strays for?
Every time we've ever talked about expansion and growing the city of Greenville, Michael Stethakis used to call, and I love Michael. I love him. I go to his restaurant all the time. He would always call in and text in and say, we don't want it. Like, there was a place I used to be able to go ride a dirt bike when I was a kid, and I can't ride there anymore because now it's an apartment complex. Good God. Good God. But now Major League Baseball is going to expand, and it's going to happen soon. Okay. They're at 30 teams. They're going to go to 32 because it's a nice round number, and every other major league is at 32. But Forbes.com put out a list, Cole, of the 10 cities that it thinks are the most likely candidates for expansion. And this is not a list in priority ranking of any way, shape, or form. But here's the list that they put out there. Charlotte, Montreal, Oakland, Nashville, Orlando, Portland, Raleigh, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, and Vancouver.
Wow, that's a lot of names. Orlando stuck out to me, though.
It's an interesting one.
You
got Disney, you got all that stuff there.
I'm just surprised Orlando already doesn't,
Well, I mean, they already have two teams in the state of Florida.
I know.
You already have the Marlins and the Rays.
Florida, it's like every city in Florida is their own state,
That's true.
It catches my attention there.
Does it? Would you like Orlando as an additional team, or Orlando as the prime candidate if the Tampa Bay Rays ever wanted to move out of Tampa?
I think they should move Tampa Bay out. I mean,
yeah,
I've been to that stadium. It is a dump.
I've seen it from across the bay, but I've never been in the stadium.
Dump. It's indoors. It's off. The seats are falling apart. Like maggots are eating at your ankles. It's awful. No, not right.
That's not right.
But it's not a good stadium. Yeah. I don't think Tampa Bay had the shine they thought. I think moving to Orlando would be a good idea.
There's no official timeline on this right now, but we know Rob Manfred wants to retire in January of 2029 when his contract is over, and he's been talking about expansion for a decade now. Now, he may not get teams playing by the time he retires, but it seems like he certainly wants to get franchises in place. He's already said that he wants one new team out west and one new team in the East, Cole. So for the East, who would you really want? Who would you really expect? Who is your number one choice to be the expansion city in the East? Looks like Charlotte, Montreal, Nashville, Orlando, Raleigh.
Problem is, all those are in Braves country, Raleigh, maybe not as much, but still kinda.
See, I agree with you on that because I think Raleigh is a city of transplants.
It is.
The Triangle is an area of transplants, and it's just far enough away from Braves country that it doesn't quite have the same hold that it has here.
I think Raleigh would make most sense, but I think Nashville would probably win out because it's Nashville. It's the music. You know what I mean? Like it is one of the most up-and-coming cities there is. I would think Nashville wins. But I don't have a huge problem if it were Raleigh.
I like Raleigh a lot because I really wish it would be Charlotte because I love the Knight Stadium. I love the way that it looks. I think it would aesthetically be amazing to have a Major League Baseball team in Raleigh, but you're right. Braves are just far too entrenched. They are far, far too entrenched. It would take them a decade or more to even find a foothold in their own city.
Oh, at least. And that's the problem.
It's not something that people would just immediately jump on and say, yeah, now we're Charlotte fans.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Go see how many people go to those Knights games. Not many.
Not many?
No. It's not well attended. No. It's not. They have decent attendance, but it's, again, Charlotte, there's a million things to do.
It feels like saying if we moved a Major League franchise into that ballpark, I think we like your girlfriend saying, hey, we should just have a baby because then we'd be happier.
Yeah.
Like we're fighting all the time. Let's just have a baby because it'll make us happier. That's not going to work. Charlotte's out. Charlotte's out. I'm going Nashville is my favorite in the clubhouse on the East Coast.
I don't hate it. Nashville will before
It'll
too
get
long.
it. Yeah. It's growing too much. It's getting everything right now.
It really is. Let's dive back into the conversation from earlier today. Tolos, hope you are ready to interact. 844-326-3663 on the Joy Law Firm text line. The biggest story, the biggest surprise. My gosh, what did Atlanta do or what did they not do? We'll tell you next.